As you could just
Sweet!
Live.
Hey, we're only 27 minutes late. That's cool. It's alright. We got this. We got this.
David.
David.
Really?
Sorry.
Doing this on the stream?
Hey, squeeze in.
I will in a minute.
Sonia, Get his number.
Sonia and Vince, or rather, Sonia and yeah, Vince, you got like half your face.
Okay, Nick.
And we want to see all of that.
Unfortunately, if I twist it again, your face, then it's gonna go. Yeah.
We want all that beautiful
We're
real
getting
estate.
super
All
close
that
on this
beautiful
side.
bean footage.
Nick, we should be.
Maybe I want a man spread.
Okay.
You're not allowed a man spread right now. I'm sorry.
Doors, people.
My balls are warm.
You want to put your soda
Let's
like
try to dim that sound at least a little bit.
No, you can do that though.
Don't know how well that works,
No,
but
it's not.
Well, it's most likely to get knocked like this.
no. I mean the doors.
ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, with that whole conversation.
So we're live. Do I need to do a countdown for your editing?
Go for it.
Okay, 5, 4, a tree, a 2,
Banana.
uno. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Dice and Dubs. Episode 21.
Sweet.
Coming down to the wire now. Heading into Strahd's domain yet again. Trying to get revenge. We thank you all for joining us. Sorry for missing out last week. We had a few people who couldn't make it, and with the importance of the story importance of this game session, we didn't want to leave anybody out in the cold. You know. Campaign 2 is on the horizon for this. That is going to be set in my homebrew world that I normally run in. We'll do a funny story about how this whole thing started. It was supposed to be a one-shot. It was supposed to be a month of D&D, and it turned into over 3.5 years of D&D. So yeah, you know, that's awesome. But you know, Campaign 2 is coming up. We're going to be moving locations with Campaign 2. We're still going to try to be acquiring sponsorships. We'll still be working with MGS. We may add some people down the road. We'll see what happens there. No promises, but we're improving equipment, improving lighting, trying to improve the whole experience for everybody. It's a homebrew world, my own personal world. It is the Savage Frontier. So maybe get that somewhere in your brainstem and think about what that can mean coming down here. We'll have a new seating arrangement, new characters, be a brand new campaign. We'll have a session 0 for each of the people off camera, and then we'll have the start of the campaign proper. So we've been asked quite a bit about starting a brand new, when we were going to be starting a brand new campaign so people could jump in, and now is the time that we're going to be doing that here pretty dang soon. Let me cover up that camera so we're not just staring off in the table and seeing people fencing in the background. Once again,
with you.
we are brought to you by Military Gamer Supply and sponsored by David's Tiles and Terrain. Thinking of a name change for that because it looks, most of my business has been painting lately, so I'm thinking about trying to roll that into that somehow. Makes sense.
David's painting tiles and stuff.
Terrain, yeah, that doesn't roll off the tongue.
David's erotic brush looking service.
I want to say no, that'll probably give me a different clientele. Like, my first thing was to be David's Dungeon Accessories, but then it was like, I could just imagine all of these strange people trying to get me for my services.
They're not strange, they're needy.
I'm okay with that.
I was not.
This amuses me, so I accept it.
Do we have any upcoming events for Military Gamer Supply? Vince?
No.
No.
Open gaming Monday through any day that ends in Y, really. Friday Night Magic, Saturday Standard and Commander. Sunday is, what do they play on Sunday?
Standard.
So Saturday is Modern. And then
Friday HeroClix.
Friday HeroClix and 40K. Saturday 40K. Sunday 40K. 40K pretty much all weekend.
Is the Age of Sigmar League still going?
No, it ended. I believe
it ended.
They will be starting another one soon.
Okay.
But the day to play Sigmar when most of the people show up is Tuesday evening.
Tuesday evening. All right, that's good to know. But they'll be starting a new one, so it'll probably be Iggy in charge of it again, right?
Most likely.
Ignacio is the guy to talk to about the Age of Sigmar League when they get that going again. Do we have any other announcements? I think I got pretty much everything for now. We should have a regularly scheduled episode for you guys next week. You may see an abrupt shift in our surroundings from one week to the next, but we are currently getting the other space fixed up and ready to go for us. Let us know if you guys have any ideas, any questions, any comments, anything we can do to improve the experience for you all. We know better cameras, we know better sound, and better lighting. We're working on all that. We have very good cameras coming in. We have very good mics. We're adding more mics to that.
We're adding alarms.
Yeah,
Being added.
Because we want to hear phones going.
Ding, 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 ding.
But if you guys have any recommendations or anything like that, we would love to hear them. We want to try to get involved with the community more. We're going to have a better social media presence coming up. I'm assigning each one of these douche tools to get on a different social media thing and keep that up and running for Dice and Dudes. We are also adding different styles of games. Here pretty soon, we're gonna start small, but we're gonna start doing, once the other space is set up, we want to get like a board game day, maybe an alternative RPG day, maybe run some Shadowrun, some Vampire Masquerade, maybe some Iron Kingdoms, you know? Just show, like, we don't just play D&D. I mean, we're all geeky to hell. I mean, maybe we can have Vince bring a camera to one of the tournaments that he throws for 40K, so we can have some other things. But just so you guys can see gaming. I mean, Dice and Dudes, like, pretty much anything that has to do with gaming, even if it doesn't have dice.
We's nerds.
We's nerds, and we love it. Gaming is another thing, maybe, at some point. I'm less interested in that, unless you guys want to watch me stream on my TV while I'm playing Sekiro.
No, I will be getting the Jackbox Party Pack, though, and most of us have Discord, so maybe we could do that one night on either your Twitch stream or my Twitch stream, either way, but we could get the whole gang together.
Well,
put on
Dice and
Dice and
Dudes
Dudes,
does
yeah.
have a Twitch stream, and of course we do have a Discord as well.
That's right, we do have a Discord.
If it's not listed on there,
We also have a YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and hit the little bell icon. Smash that thing as hard as you can.
But don't
Please.
smash it.
I mean, I think
Once
we
the
have
bell
20
is rung, it
subscribers
cannot be
now.
unrung. Except on YouTube where you can click
You
it.
can click it. But don't, just don't. I think we're at either at 20 or over 20 subscribers. So I mean, pretty much we're famous. I mean, come on.
Yes, totally.
Other than that, guys, we all ready to go?
Sure.
Okay, bringing it down.
To Funky Town?
I'll show you funky.
Bringing us now in to this week's episode of Dice and Dudes, episode 21. Last time, you all had finally re-entered the city of KLAQ and needing a much-needed respite from your time out in the wider world. Having finally acquired the last piece of the doorway that you need to assemble to re-enter the realm of Barovia and take your fight to Strahd's doorstep yet again. You all have finally planted your guild hall in a permanent location. Some of you have had armor fixed. Some of you have made up some bullets and tried to improve weapons. The rest, pretty much everyone has been trying to take in as much as they can during these last 2 weeks, while Triswin has been holed up in her room almost exclusively poring over the Tome of Strahd. Freshly translated, the cipher now known, so you can translate the somewhat ordinary works that have deeper meaning. During that time, Thraka's disapproving performance from his patron, that's a lot of P's, has had a run-in with an apparent cult that he was not aware of, that has grown in the wider world after fighting a strange creature that seemed to be composed entirely of slugs, as well as a familiar enemy that you ran into in the Towering Wood. Destroying them, setting a building on fire, putting out that fire, and being accosted by the town guard, you all have returned to your guild hall, wiser now to the threat that is the cult, and now knowing the symbol of the cult that Thraka apparently is very important to. That is where we pick up.
Fucking
It has been 2 days since that night, and 11 days since you all have re-entered Carl Acton.
Just 11 days?
It's been 11 days.
Not 12 days.
I can't count that high.
Well, you did run out of
You
things.
can take off your shoes.
Please don't go.
No,
with the other, please don't go with the other option.
I have 2 toes stuck together, so that still goes up to 9.
No, you count your fingers and your toes.
Please don't let me learn anything more about Nick right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So once when I was a lad,
I was.
God.
So, sitting within your guild hall, enjoying a late lunch, as you all are now becoming accustomed once again to being able to rest and relax and not having the constant threat of attack at any impending moment.
except for Colts.
It is kind of nice.
You find yourself within your dining hall, sitting at the table, enjoying something that you've cooked. The rest of it stewing away on the table, waiting for the rest of the group to come in and take whatever they like.
Okay. I would have let the new hire try out whatever recipe of mine that she would like.
So this is her attempt.
Yes.
So you seem to follow your recipe exactly. Tastes almost like you made it.
All right. So we're probably talking recipes. Very
Well,
uncharacteristically for
She has a very uncharacteristic smile upon her face as she busies herself about the kitchen. Your praise still ringing very clearly within her ears. When the front door of the guild hall opens,
Okay.
in steps Amlo.
Oh, Arlo, please sit, eat.
He nods at you, steps aside from the open door, and a familiar face steps inside the guild hall. She turns, nods to the two guards that follow. They step outside as she brushes in that effortless manner that she moves, graceful. Seats at the table, opposite from you, looks at you and says, "Can you please gather the others?"
Do I recognize this one?
You had a late night meeting with her a few weeks ago. It is the Lady Morgan.
Oh, of course, Lady Morwen. I walk into the kitchen, and I do the
Setting stone?
steady stone. I'm like, okay, everybody, royalty's here to see us, so please be hasty. Please get to the main dining room.
Should I put on pants?
Yes.
Unless you want to arouse Lady Morwen, yes.
Arouse? Well,
I never took mine out of my bag. Do I even hear it?
Well,
You've been here for
Okay, I'm just
yeah, you've been here almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
You all heard it? That's 2 votes for Flynn. Do what you want.
I'm busy.
There's 6 of us. That is not a majority.
I vote
Not
Flynn
even
comes
half.
without pants.
That's the only thing I put on.
I vote that Flynn comes without pants.
I'm
Have I
used to
gone
it. I
the
don't
one
carry it
side?
away.
Well, if you did so with
Find
pants,
the
it would
bottles
be
we have.
It's over by Flynn's door.
Yeah.
Go and roll me a straight intelligence check.
He has direct access to our wine.
And the only key.
Our beautiful, valuable
That
Hungarian
was a
wine
4.
that I had.
You
I
grab
don't
what
freaking
you think is a good-looking bottle of wine.
Okay.
You're not being a wine connoisseur yourself.
Do I hear somebody in my wine cellar?
Yeah, you guys are getting ready to head
Did we ever fix the
Go
wine
into my
cellar?
wine cellar.
down. You see Romney grabbing a good kind of bottle of, I mean, you don't buy bad wine, but compared to the other wine, it's...
No. This is not for good cut. Yes, this is for.
Well, okay, show me a good bottle of wine, because we've got...
But if I show you the good wines, then you know where it is and you can serve it to people.
I don't like wine.
How about you go outside and I pick up one?
Okay, well...
And don't ever come in my wine cellar again.
don't go for the wine that's older than
Well,
me.
you
That's
know-
vinegar.
Yes,
Yes,
point, yes.
yes, there would be. I don't know if there is wine over
He
the
scratches his head and he just goes...
I don't drink your midges, Will. You don't drink my wine. That's the deal.
Midges, Phil.
And then I just walk out after doing this.
Okay. You head back downstairs?
Yes,
The rest of you gather?
Yes.
Or anybody stay behind?
I will try to, actually, because I'm still
I'm
working, right?
probably in kitchen clothes.
Knowing royalty is
Fine,
here,
I'll go.
you have that immediate training that you received when younger that, oh, important people are here.
Training?
I walk in right behind
I will wear a dress. And I just say that over the stone, just like with disdain. Just, I will wear a dress.
After about 15
you. Is
minutes,
she in touch?
all of you collect. Lady Morwood
Not
sits
that
there after Flynn pours her a cup of wine. She gently sips at it. Doesn't seem to.
Barry comes in and wipes this off his face.
Your good wine is her bad wine.
No.
There's probably a different reason, but we won't get into that. As you all collect and sit around the table, she looks towards Marianne, who is currently busying herself in the kitchen. When she catches her gaze, she, I'm gonna tidy up the workshop a bit for you. And she heads downstairs to pretend to clean something.
Don't touch my things! Go
You
clean.
all sit around the dining room table. She sits there, that gentle, crooked smile that's forever plastered on her face is still ever present. As she casts her eyes over each of you, kind of smugly grinning a little bigger when she sees Triswin standing in a dress. I heard you had a spot of bother within my city.
Sorry if that led to property damage.
I wouldn't really just find it as a spot of bother. There was a cult and there wasn't.
When was this?
The captain you spoke to has informed me of your all's conversation and your understanding of what we expect forward, and I appreciate that, though I do appreciate you stepping in as you thought necessary. That cult has proven to be a bit of an issue in times past, though I'm not here to speak of that. I am here to talk of, well, your future plans with the retrieval of the last piece. The king and I are curious as to when you plan to head back into that land and a cost of that land.
We still have to discuss that.
Oh, this is a perfect time to do that.
Would I have time to get pissed drunk and in a fist fight before we go?
What you do in your personal life doesn't really
I don't
matter to
recommend
me.
it.
Though if you get in a fist fight, make sure the others have bail money for you. And don't kill anyone.
Oh,
What if I bring some back?
No,
No.
How about on Tuesday?
no.
You know, we've had a rather sketchy relationship with Resurrection. Do you really want to try and bring someone back that you don't?
Sure, why not? Nothing else, I make another zombie.
Perhaps we could get into this in a better way. What makes you so interested in it?
Besides the obvious reasoning,
so, nothing's obvious to me.
this is a man who poses a great deal of threat to my home. I would appreciate that you all fulfill what you promised King Caius that you would do. While you did not give a time frame, you did tell us that you would be heading back into that land. Now, I am not trying to rush you out the door, as I've barely returned to my own city myself. I simply wanted to pop by and see if you all had made any decisions yet. Anything that I may pass on, so that those who need to know do know.
I think once we are adequately provisioned and Tristan has finished her reading, it's hard for her because she
I
has
am
to run
done
off the
reading.
birds.
I think within the next week or two we might be headed that way.
I could break your
I
nose.
hope the time frame is a little quicker than
He
that,
also
but
incinerates you with a flick of his wrist, a dainty flick.
you are our only option in this endeavor, so I cannot be too harsh about the decisions that you make, as you are doing this of your own free will.
It will go quickly. We just need to provision and perhaps get drunk before we go.
Is
I don't
there
recommend it.
anything that me or my city can assist you with in that endeavor?
Provisions. We are going to need provisions.
And materials.
We
Holy oil?
need holy oil, we need silver weapons.
Holy oil may be a difficult thing to find on short notice.
I found 1 vial.
I
Yeah.
think I can speak to a few of the clergy and see if they have any squirreled away that they're willing to part with. But you have to understand that the Church of the Sovereign Host is quite separate from my government.
Yes.
I don't think they'd be too against a vampire dying, though.
They can't know the reason you need it, though. We need to keep this as tight-lidded as possible for obvious reasons that we do not want to cause a mass panic. If
Vampire cult?
the idea that a vampire god could simply come into Karnath and begin wiping everyone out, it would send a very bad message to those who live here.
Actually, he's not just a threat to your lovely country or region, he's a threat to all of Corvair and Eberron. Completely.
And do tell, you've been reading this tome you were speaking of?
Yes.
Then, if you may, what have you discovered?
Since he is in a pocket dimension or plane, it is completely cut off from the Feywild here, including the Shadowfell and any other god or deity. So, with the issue that the dead have been stuck there since it has been formed. Anyone who dies there, their soul's stuck. He has been eating them. Well, the souls anyways. You remember those people that were just empty,
Hey.
like husks. They were born without souls. The more he eats, the more powerful he will become. And he is close. Once he is completely done, he will come over. He'll be ready to come over. From everything I've read, he, and from our past interactions with him, especially right before we did leave, in our hasty manner, remember how he killed Ismar's sister?
Hey.
And how he's supposed to love her, and she's supposed to be the reincarnation of the woman he loved, and he just flat out killed her.
I remember that.
I believe he's just done. And from what I've read, he's known about this loop that they have kept him in for a very long time now. Probably about after the second cycle of it happening. And he's perfectly aware of what the powers that be that created it, the main ones, he knows what they're doing and that they're manipulating him and that they're using him as a guinea pig. He's aware of it. Now he's tired of it. And he's amassing forces. Now, whether or not he's controlling these empty people, these husks, or not, I don't know precisely. He's very dangerous because he now no longer seems to feel any remorse or sorrow or anything about it. It just seems to want to burn the whole world down. And that includes us.
Well, I definitely need to hurry then.
We will depart as soon as we are provisioned.
That is disturbing news. But these... What do you mean these others? That he knows that what they've done to him, the guinea pig, what?
The architect
It's
and all that, who created
The dreamer.
the dreamer, who created the extra dimensional pocket, who did that because they want to bring in their own
they're
to
powerful
combine us with us.
extraplanar entities.
So he's known about them and manipulating him. He's let it go on just so that way they don't suspect anything is happening. And he not only has the werewolves, he has so much more working with him. ghouls, the vampires, everything.
Needless to say that you want more land. This matter is a whole lot bigger than you think.
Sounds it, and that is, as I said, distressing. If my stores can assist you with whatever we can, I can, within a day's time, I will have an answer for you about this holy oil. I can probably have a few potions provided.
We will definitely do that.
A couple of pounds of silver would be nice too.
That
We have coins.
is doable.
we do?
We can do.
I'm sure the Silver Flame would be more than happy to give you silver.
We can.
We're killing werewolves.
We
okay.
can do coin. You just want coins, or do you need
Anything.
time to smith that?
The major thing I would hope that we could get is possibly diamond dust. I'm not expecting diamonds, but diamond dust.
That is a taller order than
I
the
understand,
silver.
but it is on just the off chance that one of us or somebody that
I
could be saved
I
can.
can do this as quickly as possible, but I cannot guarantee I can get enough of that in time.
Could I
What
make
you
it
can
to
do
the
then.
on the 11 days?
That would be like a side adventure. That one I actually want to play out because there's something interesting that's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is
That could definitely be a one-shot thing.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's something planned for that.
That sounds fun.
There is also another thing. Remember how we met a man who was supposedly a hunter, a vampire hunter when we were in Barovia. He wasn't. Well, he was, and he wasn't. He was a fractured part of Strahd. And he was Van Richten. And he was a part of him that split off so bad that it actually became physical. There are other parts of him. I'm not sure if there are other physical parts of him, but his personality and everything is definitely split off. That's why I'm saying he's very dangerous. And there was an order there, the Order of the Dragon in
Order of the
Barovia.
Silver Dragon.
Order of the Silver Dragon, when we were in Barovia, who we were told was trying to fight him and kill him. We did encounter one woman who was a Vistani vampire hunter, but sadly she did perish when we were fighting in his keep. But apparently their leader was a silver dragon, or one of their members was a silver dragon, and he killed it and drank its blood. That is another way he has been gaining strength. He's been bringing powerful creatures or beings into that land and sucking them dry.
Probably what he meant for you all as well.
Well, we just turned out to be a bigger meal than he was expecting.
Well, he did get one of us. I'm not sure if it was him or one of the underlings, but I do have the mark.
I would be wary then if you have been touched by a vampire in that way. Getting close to that vampire may allow him to exert his will over you.
Yeah.
We've done some things to clean it, maybe cleanse it, and some things have been done to her, and maybe not necessarily on their own. But we'll keep a good eye on her, and yes, you are exactly right to be wary of it.
So he's very...
So as soon as you smelt the silver bullets, we are ready to send?
Aye, and I believe
Turn on us all. I was fucking with this.
Actually, yes, that works very well against him. He did not like that at all when we used it.
Send we are ready as soon as the
And,
silver arrives to make
I was
some
fetching you
bullets.
some
How much silver are you
gems.
needing?
How much do we need to have their weapons coated and...
That's why I was pursuing the holy oil.
Let's see.
The smithing process that you know, or the smelting process that you know to make, it takes about 15 pieces of silver for each bullet, and that's not the only components. Well, obviously you need the powder to go. You need everything to create it, but that's 15 pieces of silver for each bullet.
Oh yeah, and
Yep. For each and that's just the material. You already have the cost of what a silver bullet is to make, correct?
right, yeah. Which is under the holy? Yeah, 300 gold pieces. So 30 gold pieces per bullet. 300 per 10. That's what you wrote.
Oh, if per 10, yeah, then yeah.
Yeah, so I'd probably want about 40.
The silver is
50 of those.
included in that cost, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm looking at least 1,000 pieces of gold worth, or silver worth.
1,000?
I think so.
How many bullets are you trying to make?
Probably about between 30 and 50.
Easily done.
Yeah, and then some arrows for him as well.
Okay. And we'll have you do your rolls after this conversation. Okay. How much you've gotten done in that time. And the time till now. Lady Morwen nods, looks over each of you again. Thank you. I will speak to the king, and I will try to get you as much aid as I can within the next 48 hours.
It's greatly appreciated. It certainly does aid us in our departure.
She stands up, without another word, bows to you, turns around, opens the door, and her retinue of bodyguards follows her, down and out your pathway and out of your property and out of your sight. Onlo sticks his head in when she's gone, looks at each of you and goes, "God damn, didn't know how important you all were."
What? It's not like the king of Kai's coming to visit us.
I don't even think she knew.
Not again, any bit.
Getting a big head again, are you, Flynn? Looking at my arse again. And he closes the door.
It will be very dangerous if you have any loved ones outside of ourselves that you wish to say goodbye to or leave a message to. I suggest you do it. We might not make it back.
The only loved one that I'd leave a message with, I'd be joining if I died.
Well, if you would do me a very huge favor and cast this spell for me.
She says if we die, there
Depends on the spell.
Send her. Or she send a message.
To who?
My husband.
I have a feeling that she'd come to join me anyway.
Use this. Go ahead and roll your religion check.
I actually rolled up.
I use the
The
spirit of the
old man gets the buckets of Thork.
That's actually why I was pursuing the oil.
He's not going to wait bye all the candy fingers that raised him when he's like really young, like teenager.
21.
Hey, bring shoes back. Don't break my legs.
21.
Yeah, I don't have
With a 21,
sending.
the way that she is describing Barovia,
Going to miss you long. My son's really
if you die there,
Do you have it open?
you're not certain at all whether or not resurrection magic would work at all.
Yeah, it's...
Because the resurrection spell allows you to communicate with the other plane in order to bring them back. But if the soul is stuck there in a place where another entity has control,
Buy you a couple potions?
that may be why resurrection magic doesn't work there at all.
The only reason I came back was because of Lasaga.
Well, that's...
Like Dad can't grab me there. Nickel Dad can't grab
So,
me there.
How about we go visit your husband so you can say goodbye?
Okay.
Oh, and
I'll stay here and
everyone,
continue
if they're...
sniffing.
If you see a halfling there who's very mouthy, don't hurt him, please.
I kill him?
No, he's very dear to me, actually.
I kill him gently?
One of two
No.
halflings that is
Killing
very
them
dear to
softly.
He would probably aid us.
me. More so than the other half.
So, no burning.
No, he's
Of
not.
any of the halflings you find
Lightning?
No,
Ice.
he is a very dear friend to us.
And we go.
And now we're
Okay, so you're gonna take her
To Regal Port.
to Regal Port?
Is it
Okay,
just me that's going, or anyone else going to Regal Port?
what point are you shooting for?
Right outside the gates of the
I have my
box.
hat on. Let me have my hat
Roll
on.
your Arcane check for me, please.
Let me go get that hat before you do that.
It's going to be a 12 plus, so 17.
17. Open up my
That's the most familiar place in Regal Port for me,
Yeah.
right?
You've been there a few times. You know that, and you know the Inn and the Welcome Lounge.
Yeah.
You are both, and it's just the two of you, correct?
Yes, can I have my hat on before we
Sure.
go? Okay.
You are both incredibly nauseated upon arriving, and you both suffer from
Do I
the poison condition.
No, I
Oh, you're immune to it. It's the poison condition.
Let me see.
It's not poison.
Yeah, it is not. It's not really poison. You feel like your body was torn apart and put back together, not quite correctly.
Oh no, I
and it's taking them off your body. Like,
so nauseating condition.
Yeah, you're like it's more nauseating than anything. Yeah, poison. Like you suffer from what a poison condition is, but it's not poison.
So you want me to mark it down?
No, you just suffer from that for a period of time. We'll see how long it lasts. But you appear
in front of the house.
In front of the spire that is
Home.
High Prince Ryger's estate.
Well, you have your goodbyes to make, and I have mine.
Of course.
I meet you here in 2 hours.
Okay. Go up.
Okay. So, real quick. About a week ago, you had received a missive.
Mm-hmm.
One that you did not expect to receive, that arrived at the doorstep of your all's guild hall. From one Lady Chrysanthemum. That would be visiting you within 10 days' time.
Yeah.
So, anywhere between yesterday and a couple of days from now.
Okay, I would have let him know that I'll be back in 2 hours.
Okay.
I will say goodbye to Daddy.
We'll get to that in just a second. As you step in, the door is open. There's no guards that stand outside this building. But as the door opens, you see a burly, swarthy man that you recognize who does not recognize you. State your business.
I wish to speak to Prince Rhaegar about...
You have an appointment.
No, but I'm here on behalf of his brother-in-law.
His eyes kind of narrow.
Not,
Wait here.
Not that dwarf, the other one.
Wait here. He closes the door. A few minutes later, he returns with an older, portly, balding gentleman who you recognize and who is aware of the current circumstances. He turns to the guard. Thank you. No longer required. Just come, sir. The High Princess awaits you. And he takes you in, and you are escorted to Prince Ryger's war room. When you enter, he is surrounded by about half a dozen other people, though these don't look like the typical generals in an army that you would be used to seeing. In a word, they all scream pirate.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing the Council of Pirates from.
Yes, basically.
When he sees you
nicer
approach,
setting.
he excuses himself for a moment, approaches you, and says, "Please, gentlemen and ladies, excuse me. I'll be back in just a moment. I need to confer with my colleague." And he steps out, goes into the room after pushing against the wall and having a passionate kiss. After ripping off the
I was
hat.
gonna say, I had.
No, leave the hat on. Leave the hat on.
Leave the hat on this time. Yeah.
If only the whiskers were real. He steps back and, my love, what brings you back here?
We are leaving soon to go back to Barovia.
This place you've told me about. Can you stay the night?
Unfortunately, I only have 2 hours.
Then we better make the most of it. And you all attempt to make the most of it as quickly as possible. In the afterglow, he does tenderly kiss you, and a marriage that was done for convenience, that was done against you, that you initially ran from. The entire reason for your adventuring career was to escape this betrothal, still coming to fruition, and still this man who you once thought had a harem of women at his beck and call.
Because of somebody.
You realize that as much as you've grown to be fond and perhaps even love him, he appears to do the same. Though he doesn't say it. he did leave the war room people waiting for 2 hours while he assisted you.
Yeah.
After you dress,
Let's confirm
he
what's
says a very fond "be back soon." This is not goodbye. He hugs you tenderly and escorts you out with the hat on, oddly holding your hand the whole time while you still look like your red-haired, bearded, gruff Ricky. Gives you another very passionate hug, and as he pulls away and you turn, you can see tears in his eyes. He blinks them away quickly.
When we're hugging, I watch him whisper, "I love you." So I'll tell him I love him.
And he kind of blinks the tears away and returns to his war room. You find during pillow talk that one of the other pirate kings has gotten a little uppity about territory disputes, and the half-dozen airships under his control are currently being outfitted for some offensive actions.
I watched a tone during said pillow talk about Hapsith.
I'm sorry.
Hapsith.
Okay, Hassith.
Hapsith. Sorry, Hapsith was the talk.
He informs you that negotiations are still ongoing, as it has been proven while he does not like his father's final decisions before relinquishing control of the house by dying. It is still a very profitable endeavor for them, for your house, for the Kundarak. So while he seeks to renege on that, it still seems to be happening, at least for the short term. Don't know where it will go in the long term.
And ask him if he's been sending the letters to my mother or not.
Your clone as per the agreement is.
Okay.
That's why it is very vapid and doesn't really. While it's talking to mommy about absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really sound like you, which she brought to your attention.
Yeah.
In the slums of Regalport.
Do I have time
Near
to
the
stop by
docks.
Lester's real quick?
You always have time for Lester's.
Oh
You
God.
can stop there first or after?
Stop there first.
When you walk in the
Saying
door.
goodbye to Father, I might as well look like a proper pirate.
When you walk in the door, Lester's eyes light up when he sees you. Oh, darling! Oh, it's good to see you again, Flynn. Oh, why you stay away so long every time? You can't keep doing this to my poor heart.
As the savings world is a busy business. It's hard to get back here. But as I may die soon, I want an outfit a pirate lord would feel good dying in.
Honey, we know, the both of us know, you don't die easy. And you don't go down easy either.
This is true, Lester.
But if you're seeking some pirate attire, then I can easily help you out. Purple is definitely your color.
Oh, yes, Lester. The purple is good. Maybe a bit of red flashing, and the black as a base.
You get black leather pants that are way too tight. Like, you can't lift your knees very high.
Okay, Lester, we have to fight in these, so...
No, darling, you don't fight in these. These are just for formal occasions.
No, it has to be a dual purpose role. Something I'm comfortable killing a god in.
But this outlines your
body
so expertly.
A bit more flex in it, Lester.
I think I might have something that artists are never appreciated in their time. And he pulls out.
Well, I'll take the formal attire too. I just need something I can fight
He
in.
gets you some black leather breeches, some very tight ones, for the formal affair. Some looser ones that are a little easier to move around in. A deep red undershirt with an overlaid purple. You can't call it a vest because it has sleeves, but it's a strain. It only comes to right here, so it's like arm cover,
like a waistcoat.
It's a halter top.
Like a waistcoat halter top almost type. gets you a very,
Yes.
very
It's a
big
shrug.
purple hat with a nice feather coming off of it. He gets you boots that come up to your knees and, of course, have the pirate flair.
rolled over.
I mean, and a nice heel, about 2 inches of heel on it, you know.
It's gonna knock me down.
I was not tall enough as it was. This is perfect.
Is it the tights from the knee down and then the Italian boots with points?
So I don't
No. They're
He's got
still like the
hooker
rugged
heels,
boots.
okay?
Like, he's still, they're still ship-worthy, but they're very foppish.
No, he's got hooker
Okay.
heels.
Once you are dressed,
David Bowie, the pirate.
that'll be 25 gold pieces for both outfits, dear.
Lester, you know I cannot pay you that little for such art, and I'll give him money. I have to figure out how much money I got. But
Okay.
money.
Equipment.
Yeah.
On D&D Beyond.
Huh.
Yes.
There we go. 75?
The tip is always appreciated, dear.
Of course. That's the best
I don't think he wants just a tip from Flynn.
So after leaving Lester, that may be the final time I get to do that character in this campaign.
Aww.
I thought you needed one more trip.
One more trip down Lester Lane.
I think you want your staff of power.
Oh yeah, he wants it
Possibly.
daily, nightly, and ever so rightly.
Yes.
Maybe the electrifying rod, who knows?
No more wand of fireball, so you won't be left with a burning sensation.
As you make your way
Parry.
towards the slopes, just off the docks,
No, I hear you.
heading towards your father, as you walk down the docks, the floorboards creaking under your steps, the click of your new boots, clear for all to hear. You develop a lump in your throat. You're not entirely sure why. You rap upon
It's
the
his
old door
balls.
that you should remember but can't. The one-armed, one-eyed, incredibly scarred man that is your father opens the door. You see a light and joy enter that one almost black eye that he has as he throws his single arm around you and pulls you into his boat. Come! We gotta have a drink.
Yeah, I can't stay very long. I'm about to do the dumbest thing I've ever done, and that's saying a lot.
That's saying quite a bit.
But before, I figure I'd come have a drink with you.
Thank you for
I
that.
brought the good rum. I stole it from a dwarf.
Even better. He grabs a couple of... Now, he lives in the slums, but the influence that he holds within Regal Court belies his actual looks. And while he may live in the slums, the interior of his house is fairly nice. As you've been here before. You know, he has a feathered bed, he has cabinets, he has cookery, he has a nice little kitchen area that he probably rarely uses, as he looks like he subsists on tobacco and coffee. He is rail thin. As he sits down, eagerly has you pour him a cup, downs the first one, has you pour him another one. So, been getting the Chronicle out here. Didn't care too much for the last copy, but how's everything else that they ain't reporting about?
Yeah, it's not good, but we're going to fix it. Or I'm going to burn a lot of people trying.
Well, I hear a bit of Liam in that, I hear a little bit of Flynn in that. I gotta tell you, I'm proud of the man that you've become. Truly I am. You turned a corner, and you did it in a place where that's not done. Admirable. And I have to tell you how proud of you I am, how proud I am to be your father.
Thank you. Don't go too mushy, so it ruins your reputation.
He kind of laughs and wipes a tear away from his eye.
Yeah.
You're right.
Just-
It's the dust.
It's
It's
someone's
the rubs
chopping
in my
onions.
eye. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, someone's chopping onions around here.
Yeah.
You have the only the second real moment that you can remember. But while you only know this man from meeting him before. You can feel somewhere that you can't possibly know. Somewhere in your heart of hearts, you know this man.
Yeah.
And you love this man. And you can feel how proud he is of you. And take that as you will, but as you leave his abode and begin making your way towards the tower, he leaves you with
I know you're going to do something stupid, but I lost you once. I hate to lose you again.
Well, I am sort of a bad penny. If anybody turns back up, it will be me.
Then you stay at Bad Penny, because I need you back in this house.
Maybe not this house. We buy something nicer if I come back.
I gotta keep up appearances, you know how it is.
Then I buy something nice and we come drink.
I like that.
Not that shitty tavern though. That place is. Oh.
Yeah, but again, appearances are everything in this place. But
Maybe have them hide a good
You
bottle.
leave there the rest of the bottle of rum.
thanks for the rum.
Well, don't drink. Yeah, what am I hanging about? Drink it all.
Oh, it'll be gone by the end of the night.
Take care, old man.
You too, boy.
Alright, that was fun. Time to go.
As you make your way back to the Riger's Tower, you see Ricky sitting on the steps. The illusion doesn't affect the eyes at all. The eyes don't change. It's the only thing that stays entirely consistent. And you can see they're bloodshot, they're red, and looks like someone who you know for a fact has been stabbed through the gut and just walked it off is tearing up.
The dust here is bad today. Don't worry, we go back to Karnath. It's not so dusty.
Yeah. And you all teleport back. Now you're teleporting to the guild hall itself.
The most familiar
the guild hall, you
guild
have the actual teleportation
circle,
circle. So there you do not have, that is one of the only safe places for you to teleport into.
Circles I know. Yeah, probably don't want to use the circle I know in those are principalities ever again.
No. The rest of you, Perry, you hard at work.
Nice.
I want you to go ahead and make 3 Tinkerer rolls, please. And these are dexterity based.
I didn't make a joke about your cheery eyes.
You didn't?
No, I said the dust was bad.
Oh, wow.
And you agree with
That
that.
was terrible.
I rolled a natural 20, a natural 18, which is a
And a natural 1? Did you roll a natural 1?
no,
Oh,
2.
too bad. I was going to say, and you blow up the guild hall, everybody dies.
That's a bit
A
much.
2, which
What,
is
what are you doing? Working with fire in the powder magazine?
Yes.
yes.
David.
Actually, yes. That,
David.
yes.
As of now, Tannerite has been made by, wizard jets.
So that's a 13, a 29, and
A
30
30
plus.
something. Okay, so you've been able to make the 50 rounds of silver ammo.
okay.
You've been able to make 20 silver arrows. And you've been able to complete his armor. So you've got to decide if you want to continue with the armor that you have or if you want to go back to your plate.
I want to go back to my plate.
Okay?
And did I ever end up getting that, the masterwork leather armor with the noses?
Yeah, that's finished.
Okay. Does anyone have a card of that one?
I'll still keep the other armor with me.
How many
Just
was it?
rolled
Silver
up.
arrows was it?
Yeah.
20?
20.
Which I give them to you.
Because I found out that
You all, that night, so we'll get to that in just a second.
I think you have it.
Rotmir,
Mm-hmm.
you have...
Can I say something?
Yes.
The minute she left, I would have gone to my personal quarters,
Okay.
and I would have composed a letter to my mother, and I would have gone out to House Civis. I mean, all my goodbyes, everything in the letter, exactly what we're doing,
Yeah.
and I would hire a messenger in House Civis.
Oh, do you want to do the sending? So you know she gets it?
Does he give you
That's a guarantee. It's 300 gold.
Okay.
Does anybody in town
That's
sell
fine.
owlbears?
I'm sorry?
Does anybody in town sell owlbears?
Only place that sells...
about his owlbear,
The only place that sells it is in Greenheart. You can head back to Greenheart.
Welcome.
300.
This is why we can't have nice things, Kyle.
I did nothing wrong. I was blessed by Olean, I'll have you know.
On your way back
I
to the
carried
guild
the
hall,
druid's mark.
as you approach you see the new guard. His name is Taryn.
Okay, at the,
Yeah, and he's at the door of the guild hall. As you approach, Anlo opens the door, closes, looks at the guy, then taps him hard on the testicles. The guy, oh shit! He turns around and the guy just throws his lit cigar into the back of Anlo's head as Anlo's laughing. Anlo comes coming down the steps, stops, looks you dead in the eyes, and you need a drink. Come on.
okay. You know a place where
We're going to my place.
get into trouble?
We're going to my place. And he walks down the street, and you once again return to the copper kettle.
Okay, wait,
Walking in.
Is this the place?
Yes, walking in, you once again see.
Marketov
Yes.
and Corson?
Yes.
Okay.
You walk in, and you once again see that same unwashed, militaristic, mercenary clientele that crowd into this place. And as soon as Anlo steps in, you hear him, "All right, you sons of bitches! Anlo's back, make way!" And he stomps his way up to the bar. And, "I brought me friend Rotmir. Anyone wants to fuck with him? You gotta fuck with me first."
Does he know that I like to be called Thundergut?
Yeah, let's say he called you Thunder.
Okay.
Let's say he called you Thunder.
Aww. Well, somebody did.
Alright.
And you hear sniggers and chuckles and a couple of
Tiny dwarf thinking he's a man.
Anyone near me say that?
roll me a perception check.
Not my worst
Natural
roll.
20. Natural 20. Natural 20.
Why would you
11.
cheat him like that?
The smell of booze hits you, and this isn't that grog that Thraka is ever so like. He just loves that stuff, you know. Like the worse it tastes, the better it is. Won't get me drunk for 15 drinks. Throw it over here. No, this is that rum. You know that I'm sorry, not the rum. That is that Carnathi vodka that you have grown to begin to love in this area. Potato based, gets you shit faced as fast as possible. As soon as that hits your nostrils, your mouth is salivating, and the comments fall upon deaf ears as you stomp your way up next to Anlo. And
Okay.
what do you do?
Yeah. I live life while I can, because I might not be able to.
You get at Anlo's. He just taps the bar. The old barkeep looks at him. No,
Yeah, no.
and he puts 3 glasses and fills each with vodka. Now these aren't shot glasses; these are tumbler glasses.
Yeah.
And he fills them, each of them halfway. And Anlo, thank you. And he slaps a couple of gold coins on the counter. Keep them coming. And goop, 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 and then looks over at you.
And I take first one and I smell it.
It smells like ass, like vodka does.
Tastes good.
And I'm like,
Fuka.
No, it doesn't.
I look at him, then I.
Come on, drink it down. We got a lot to go. And it's that good burn. Burns all the way to your stomach. You take that one, shoot the next 2, and you hear some murmurs going on around you. And Anlo taps you on the shoulder, taps the bar again, and 3 more are laid out in front of you.
Okay.
This cycle repeats itself 5 times,
All right.
and the outer edges of your vision are gone. You got the tunnel that you're staring into.
Okay.
And everywhere you look, you realize, ooh, my center of gravity is a little higher than it normally is.
Okay.
This is good stuff. You feel a tap on your shoulder.
Okay.
You turn.
I just say, "Oh, what do you want? What do you want?" I don't.
You say that, and you just hear a.
We don't like piss ants in this bar, boy.
Okay. Disadvantage because I'm drunk?
You gonna turn and swing?
No, I'm gonna turn and initiate a grapple.
Okay, so you turn and you go to grab this guy, and you realize as you wrap your arms around him, you're at waist level. I mean, right at dick height. As you run.
Describe what I want. Sure. I'm gonna turn around really quick, grab as much as I can from how
How high you can.
just.
You can grab a handful of shirt.
and then I'm gonna use all my weight and strength and bring him down to my level.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a strength check. This is a Goliath.
Disadvantage.
No. No, strength check's not a disadvantage for me. Dexterity checks, definitely. So you reach up to this guy, you grab him, and you go to pull him to your face level to yell into his face to intimidate this Goliath that now stands before you. But as you reach up, you grab his shirt and you pull him down. His face meets the top of your head. And as he does, you feel wetness.
Ew.
And he just and backs up and crashes into the table. As soon as he hits, you kind of let go from that weird wetness on your. You thought he spit on your head. You look over and he is flat on his back. The table is broken underneath him, and drinks have spilled over the 3 patrons that were at said table.
I'll say, I'm struggling to keep my balance, and I'm like, you all been talking about how small I am. You fuckers want to fight? I'm here.
The 3 people who are now covered in their own drinks that you caused by throwing a Goliath onto their table all stand up.
Okay, and I'm like, you can either drink with me or I'll punch you in the face.
A fight ensues. During the fight, you have to constantly wipe what you think is your blood off of your face, but is not your blood. We don't even need to do rolls for this. You are escorted out of the bar via the town guard.
Okay.
With 7 people completely laid out. Okay. Among them 2 half-orcs, a Goliath, and the rest are human. Okay. You are laughing as Onlo is next to you shackled, looks at you in the face and goes, "This ain't coming out of my pay, right? This is on you."
This is a bonus.
You 2 will spend the rest of your drunken night in a cell together.
Okay.
Wake up with the worst hangover you've had in a long time.
Spooning.
With looking through the bars, you meet a very disapproving face of a gruff man with red hair, a red beard, and standing next to him is a familiar guard captain.
Okay. Hello, Captain.
Should have gone for the jailbreak.
She looks at you.
My deepest apologies.
Reaches forward, unlocks the door, opens it up. That night on the town cost you 150 gold pieces for damages. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Oh, well, your stuff was taken off you. It's all given back to you, but it's already been paid. And Onlo gets up and, alright, you got me too, right? Alright, I'll get back to my post. And still kind of drunk, Onlo makes his way back to the guild hall. Once again, tapping Taryn right on the testicles as hard as he can. As Taryn limps away. Onlo sits down at his chair, kicks his feet back, and promptly falls asleep.
Okay, outside the door?
Yep. So he is guarding your place with his feet up, snoring very loudly.
Alright, slap him in the face.
Ugh!
Hey.
You're drunk. Go home.
Get in the bloody
Give me your keys. Give me your keys.
I have the keys.
You're allowed inside and you're able to sleep it off.
Okay.
A couple of hours after you bail Rotmir out of prison, or out of jail, I should say, you hear a rap upon the door.
I want to bail now.
No.
Oh yeah, you're there with her. Oh yeah, and you're giving him shit the whole way, 100%.
Oh, it's my favorite guard captain.
And she, as soon as she sees you, she just.
I wear my tight pants.
Oh my god!
And she will, as soon as she sees you, she will very clearly look you in the eye and go, "Why do I always have to see that?"
Why do you always look at it? I think you have an unrequited love.
And she then only speaks very intently at you
My
the rest of the
face is
time. Yeah. A couple hours after this altercation, I don't mean to be rushing through this stuff so quickly, but a couple hours after this altercation, you all receive a knock on the door.
I'll open it. Because I'm pretty sure
as you
Anlo
open
is
the
still
door,
asleep.
you hear Anlo's soft snores.
Hello.
There is a very confused-looking house service courier standing there. I have 2 deliveries for you. This, and hands you a box that clinks as he hands it to you.
Thank you. And the other one?
And a rolled piece of parchment.
Thank you.
And he turns around and he leaves.
No, give him a tip of a gold.
He thank you. And he stuffs it into his pocket and leaves. It's just destroying the economy in every town you go to.
Surprise, Anthrax.
Which is causing hyperinflation.
When you open the box, you find that there are 6 potions inside. You recognize that while 2 of them are superior, the other 4 are greater.
Okay.
The other letter is addressed to Flynn.
Ah.
Come take care of your child. This is your first child support.
Lynn, you got
The paternity test that came back is yours.
all 5 of them.
You are the father. 9!
Flynn, you have a letter.
I shall sweep down the stairs in my majestic new outfit.
Do you have to wear those
Sweep
pants?
down the stairs.
Oh, yes.
Why are you staring at my pants?
I
just then?
can't help it.
I
It's
thought
like
you were-
a bullseye on it.
Is there a bullseye on it? Please tell me there's actually a bullseye on it.
It's
like
black
a
leather pants, but it's...
Oh, disappointing.
Yeah, no,
Not
they're just so,
surprisingly,
they're just so
right?
tight.
Oh.
I don't know how you can move.
And he makes sure to bunch it up, you know, to make sure...
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to have children.
Is it like-
Fashion is pain.
Is it like Wolverine in the X-Men where he stuffs a sock down there, to make it look a little bit bigger?
Yeah, but without the sock.
I know enlarge.
This is not adequate.
Oh, God.
Shazam! He knows enlarge, that's
there.
natural. That's
Don't worry, ladies, I have a small creature in my pants.
But wait, it's got the magical trick.
He has
It's
a swallow in his
larger.
pants.
Oh, he's got a halfling.
So if you could stop staring at my groin.
I'm not doing it on purpose. Just take your damn letter.
Oh, but it seems so majestic.
It's majestic and impressive, but
Perry, I got potions. No,
differently.
she's just walking away from him. Perry, I got potions.
And Perry and
Oh,
Arnos,
you
you all are able, you've been helping him with a lot of his stuff, so you 2 are able to take some much needed respite as well. You unfurl the scroll, and it is from Lady Chrysanthemum. She is staying at the Red Veil,
Sounds like a fancy stripper.
a hotel that you've stayed at a few times.
Is
And
it?
she
Oh.
expects you tonight after sundown.
Oh.
is it after sundown?
No, at this point it's a little after midday at this point.
Shazam!
I must prepare. Fly up the stairs.
Okay,
Literally fly.
No, I just see like his
so
little boots on him.
when you arrive,
No, I have wings now.
Why am I thinking of him in an outfit similar to the Monarch off the Venture Brothers?
there is a I'm not gonna have you float with me the whole time.
No,
No,
It's
do it,
weird.
do it,
It's
do
weird.
it.
No, not tonight, because we have a lot to get. I'm speeding this stuff up because we have a lot to get through to get where I want to get us.
It'll get me through, trust me.
I know it will. I know it will. Okay, so when you arrive, Lady Chrysanthemum is very cold as she was the last time. I have 3 questions. Number 1, do you acquiesce to her original request?
It's marriage, right?
No. The
Humpity
original
hump.
request was the Humpty Hump Hump.
Fuck it, I'm gonna die. Humpity hump hump.
Okay. The second request,
I will arrive with oysters and champagne
then that goes very far.
and big ass roses.
How long have these two been?
Every rose in the town.
A rose arch.
Oh my god. No, it's got a balloon arch.
I'll go stealing it from old ladies' gardens.
Oh my god.
Mine.
The entire rose bush.
The second question is, do you acquiesce to her second request?
Which was?
The Dun, 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 dun,
Oh!
dun,
Yeah.
Oh!
If
Oh my God, no!
Oh, shit, we gotta
And
hurry.
then you acquiesce to her third request.
Which
Put a
was...
baby in her.
Retirement.
Yeah, that's a minor problem because I have to go kill a god. But, bright side, if I kill it, then it doesn't kill everyone on this
I
planet.
want you to go ahead and make me a persuasion roll without advantage,
Oh.
because you're at disadvantage for this one.
She cheats too, it's not fair.
Oh.
Yes!
That's in that.
That's in that 20.
During pillow talk,
Oh, Jesus.
you are able to convince her of your feelings and showing. For those of you watching, he had her convinced that he had taken a vow of chastity for his order, and he couldn't break it upon their first weekend together.
Yeah.
And this
The marriage.
was very disconcerting for Lady Chrysanthemum, who is, like, I guess if Beyonce knows, was single in, this place, traveling around, writing music, singing songs, very famous, had just been shot down by somebody. Like, hard shot down. So she proposed marriage, so that way it would circumvent his vow of chastity, and he still said no. So again, another hit to the ego. Now he's saying yes. They've done it. He's agreed to walk down the aisle. Retirement can wait. But when you return...
There will be a great ceremony. I will invite the great people. You won't play because you will be all pretty, yeah.
My point of doing this is I'm tired of traveling and...
I have a key.
Well, I know where you live and we're going to need a place of our own.
It's in our service. I mean, the chicken shits on the floor, but that's not that bad.
You see him walk outside the window.
You're able to convince
Twitter knows
her of your leaving and returning. Then when she finds out the severity of the situation, you all do the beast with two backs again.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Flynn hasn't gotten laid in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit. She's very much... She's fine with the agreement is done, but she expects a few things in return, and with how famous you are, you're going to be moving. She is based out of Breland and will continue to do so. Sharn, to be exact.
That's acceptable. I can visit on weekends and weekdays, and whenever I really feel like it after Strahd keeps fucking with my teleportation.
She agrees. You have your passionate night and morning with her. The next day, when you return to the guild hall, well after everyone else has already had breakfast and everything, without Lady Chrysanthema, the group is gathered. You are given 2 more doses of holy oil as part of the delivery. Sorry, it was 8 pieces. The 6, and then just add the 2 to the card you already have.
Right, you give me a card.
I did give you a card. I'm pretty sure I did.
Are you going to say goodbye?
I said
Arno?
goodbye 5 times last night.
Oh,
yeah.
I said 2 in the 2 hours. He actually wanted me to stay the night.
I might say goodbye to me.
Here, use this one for now. Just remember you
Give
have
me
3.
2
Just
hours
mark the
to
3.
agree to it.
Well, just remember it's holy oil.
What does that actually do?
The holy oil turns all attacks radiant. The attack deals radiant damage instead of its regular damage.
Does any of our stuff seem appropriately aged for me?
What do you mean?
You know, since everyone else is saying goodbye.
Before I
Don't do our staff.
Before I go to the meeting, I will.
The very plump cook is well within your age range. She is unmarried.
There's a brothel in town, right?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple.
How much is it to rent it out for the night for that dude?
The whole brothel?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you're looking at a solid 100 gold pieces there.
For which
Yeah.
2?
I pay 110 gold pieces, and he does what he wants.
No hitting and no striking, no strangling the girls. No marks.
Yeah. If he wants that, he can negotiate extra. But I rinse a whole brothel for
No,
regular.
I run a reputable establishment here. We will not have him doing such things. But any other things he wishes?
What if he wants them to hit him?
I have a female centaur on the premises. If you would like me to
Oh
send
my
that in as well.
Yes,
he wants
that's all to pay. I assume that he will want whatever really freakish stuff you have.
Well, we're not going to kink shame Perry.
Oh, no king shaming, bro.
But
Everybody.
you are able to have your final night of frivolity. But I want you to go ahead and just roll me a straight D20.
13?
I'll give it the other 100.
There's only one brothel in town.
All
Let them
this,
both have their own?
everything that's happened lately, the talk of death, you nearly dying again, you constantly seeing your former love in your mind, you're that John that just talks to them.
Oh my god! Okay, no. I will put up the other 110 for Thalka
And
to join
You become
him.
that guy.
No, I don't want to join him.
While the rest of the group, you've never
That
been
would
able
be
to have a
insane.
real conversation about her with them because
This thing is
they
watching
constantly tease you about everything. So you've never confided in them so much. To find people that you can finally talk to, they're naked around you. They give you a massage. They do whatever you ask. The problem is you keep thinking of her. And there's a part of you that you can't wait to die to see her again. But if you die in Barovia, you'll never see her again. So you have a vested interest to come back.
Hey.
But the fucker, the fucking ist, the age train isn't balls deep.
You,
No, I pay for him to go.
you are also invited to this event.
Darkin
For
turns
your-
it down.
Huh?
Darkin turns it down.
I rented the whole building out. You
Just
don't have to be in
do
the
it.
So you
same
go
room.
there,
You're not the
drink,
same
and look at the naked
No,
women?
he's not drinking.
No? So he's not drinking tonight.
No, he's staying at the in his area in the building.
Okay.
He's doing the
And the
samurai thing. The,
So you're trying to. You've been drinking
So I'm at 110
and
gold.
fighting and everything. You feel like your
There's a-
key is out of alignment.
No, it's just he's getting ready to possibly die. So
Yeah,
he's just
you're
like
just trying to bring
meditating.
yourself to center.
Yeah,
And prepare yourself as you've been through a lot.
a lot.
You've died, and you've been brought back. But where you're going, if this is what they say it is, you are, for all intents and purposes, going to try to kill a god, and that is sobering. Arnos, as a very confused-looking Ricky approaches you and offers for you to partake in the
Bacchanalia?
Bacchanalia for Perry and Thraka, though Thraka turns it
You
down.
know that if I was actually interested in that for one, and partook, that Elena would kill every woman I slept with.
You're damn right I would. As you turn around and there is Lady Elida.
Wait, is she going to church today?
No.
Like, she's not clothed?
No.
She's not going-
Lady
she's not going
Elida
to church today,
appears
people.
as Lady Elida usually appears.
She
with
wants to retract
her
more bird penis.
almost white hair,
turns into a
just a
bird.
hint of yellow in it, going down
That doesn't
past her
change how I
buttocks,
said she
but
wants.
naked as the day is long. Yes.
Can I just walk downstairs, go get something to eat?
You
just
turn
like
around,
see
you see her,
Blush
blush a deep shade of red, turn around and go back upstairs.
Lady Elena.
As she watches you go back to your room the whole way. She looks at you and goes, "Oh, Tristan, don't worry. I will be his entertainment for this evening.
I was
I
going
mean,
to ask if you were going to be here or not.
you're on your way to die. We have to celebrate."
Oh, wow.
And she takes you by the hand and leads you back up to your room.
By the wing?
I know exactly what Rotner said.
Oh,
I
so
was
once
just
again you
wondering
have
when
the
you were
benefit.
going to have him killed
Aye.
by someone new.
So is she willing to have a child?
Oh my god. Damn, you got serious.
As much as she would love to birth you a child, she regretfully informs you that she cannot. That forces outside of her control prevent her from having another child.
What forces those?
Another?
Powers
You don't hear that.
even greater than my own.
Never he looks up like.
The king of the Nalaris court, a rival court to the Thalanis court.
Well, if I come back and kill your gods, I'll get another.
Then, if you are able to free me from something like that, then I would be more than happy to acquiesce.
What?
Now, you're talking too much.
Exactly.
And you all, those of you who have wanted to have been able to have your final night on this plane, to say your goodbyes to family, to loved ones. For those of you who have no loved ones, send letters to your loved ones who have turned their back on you. But the one who remains, very much a fan of Arnos.
What, you're referring to the one elf?
I'm referring to Lady Alita, who is currently choking on chicken.
Wow.
You all are able to go ahead and finish up your nights. Finish the rest of that night. You all are now as prepared as you feel you're going to be.
I know what Roger said when he went back up the stairs with food. Go into my bunk.
The good thing there's stone walls, nice and thick.
Yeah, no, you hear
I do
everything
attempt to
from
sneak out of the brothel and find some place to go.
With your stuff,
No, you're not allowed to go out by yourself. Last time you did that,
with
you
your
got stabbed.
stuff, man, you sneak, like these chicks fall asleep and you sneak away like a shadow in the night.
And I go and think longly of her.
You
Longly.
find the top of your all's guild hall. It's something that you all never were able to use before, but it has a great view of the night sky. And you watch it until the first light of dawn touches your face, thinking of her. And while you hear nothing, there's not a voice that whispers to you from beyond, words of encouragement. You have that feeling in your heart that she's watching, and that she loves you as she did when she gave her life for yours.
I hope my soul doesn't get stuck in that place, because that would be worse than death itself.
That morning, you can all gather. What are you all going to do?
I have numerous questions about how, according to your memory, is there any good food there?
They had werewolf steak, or wolf steak, I should say. You actually acquire a taste for it. Very stringy. Gamey.
Oh, no, I mean if we have to
Both?
re-provision for...
The
I'd
wine.
rather eat carrion.
The wine. Oh, the wine.
Is this good fine?
Very good wine.
You've actually tasted the one that
Yeah.
they brought back, and
Market's
you
on
can
food.
attest to how good it is.
The
Maybe
abs
this
makes
wouldn't
it.
be a bad place to retire.
You've already made promises.
Well, maybe after it's returned to its
I can have a summer home. Leave me be. You don't know anything. Shut up.
You'll know nothing, Arnos.
Twitter knows everything.
So please remember that if we die there, we
Censored.
will try to bring us back, but
So don't fuck up and die. Yeah.
we'll try
Yeah.
not to die.
Good plan. We go now.
Wait.
Just about,
Everybody
I think so.
has. We have enough rations.
Pass out, if you're going to do potions, pass them out now.
Okay. So let's do that real quick. I would have
Don't give them
bought.
to me, I get one shot apparently.
Yeah, you do.
And then I stay back.
That's
up.
what happens when you piss off legendary giant champion.
You know what? He still didn't kill me. Then he turned into a fox.
Almost.
Then he turned into a fox. He did not win that
That
one.
was a very foxy session.
Turn into a goat, you fuck! We don't have goats. Fox!
I got a fox figure with me. That's perfect.
That was
What
beautiful.
do I name that episode? Actually, name it What Does the Fox Say?
Oh my god!
That's the kind of fun we expect from
Yeah. Knowing you, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, who gets hit the most? Yeah, that's. I was gonna say. Never mind. Oh my goodness.
That was.
But maybe we should approach it at
Who gets
another-
wet the most?
Who needs it the most?
I'm
I
giving
didn't know
both of us a grader. Everyone else can divide up
They
the
don't
rest.
have to, I suppose.
There's 4
Well,
others.
Yeah.
what's it? The graders are the big ones?
No, the superior are the big ones.
There's no silver
Superiors.
Do you want the 2 superiors?
No, give the superiors to the ones they do most benefit. Like the ones that get knocked
So
down
probably
in HP.
Arnos and Flynn, or
Yeah.
I'm likely to
Arnos and
smack.
Perry.
Give ones that give
Okay.
20 HP back, because apparently that's what Flynn is scared of, according
Well,
to Facebook comments.
if you look at it percentage-wise,
That's
the superior potions help the people with less hit points more.
I might actually have more hit points than Perry.
No, Perry's got a lot of hit points.
He does actually.
182.
I'm close, but not more. I'm in like 99.
All right, we have 2 more. We have 1 more left. Kyle, there's a regular potion.
I,
got it,
They
that's fine.
have a potion of greater healing.
I usually use my magic on you guys, so.
Yeah. I just have this as a just in case we are not close enough to them
Yeah.
and everything.
Pretty much.
So we have all our winter clothes. I would have gotten.
Yeah.
Picked up anything for my wardrobe.
You know, it is
when I
pretty
was
much
there.
perpetually winter. There is winter, winter, and then deep winter, and then holy shit deep winter.
When we left.
Stop talking about Fort Drum. I'm done. I'm tired.
No, when we left, it was a deep winter.
Not
So
quite
I
as
still
funny as
have the
that.
hammer of the Watcher and the armor of the Watcher.
We could watch it.
So I don't have that.
Those of you who want to attune to things before you leave, get your
Yeah.
3 attunements set up. If
Mine
you're
are-
changing any of them.
Mine
I
are.
already took care of that one. Focus on that, dude.
If you do not have any warm clothing, please get it now because it is freezing
I'm
there.
a dwarf.
No, this is colder than home. A lot colder than
But
home.
I was built for winter.
Well,
Yeah, I'm good.
my armor protects me just fine.
Winter's coming.
I'm good.
Winter is
Yes,
there.
chicken does belong in the deep freezer
I need 2 more.
when it's not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
set
I'll-
up.
Yeah,
I'll-
we gotta get our.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Anything else? We have all the rations.
Yes, I meticulously pack our rations.
All our rations. We still have all our
Because
rope
as well as a
and
good
climber's
fighter,
kits,
I
right?
am a
Mm.
Right.
quartermaster.
Do we need anything else like states?
Yeah.
We have holy oil.
Marked one off.
Maybe a real priest to bless us.
I am a real priest. I was ordained.
You know, I've been doing work at the
Apparently you're a pirate godchild.
Somewhat.
blessings before we go. We
We will assume that you guys have
No.
gone to do all your churchly things before this point, that you guys have made your peace with whatever power you call your patron.
I will
Hurrah.
talk to Wasaga,
We don't talk about him.
but
Well, okay, so are you all ready
Professor?
to begin the...
no.
I'm thinking that
As I
this
begin,
might feel it.
we have
It's
to
left
go
out.
somewhere, right?
Are you all ready to begin?
Are we ready?
Okay. When you concentrate, you hear Lasaga's voice. You must leave the city.
Okay.
If you were to do it here, and God forbid, you find a way to use it against you, they would have an immediate egress into this city. Best to do it outside its gates.
Should we?
The only place that this will bring you is to a place within Barovia that is closest to death. The graveyard of the village of Barovia. Be wary. Time flows differently in that realm, and we know not how long it has been.
That's very true.
Yo, if they can come back
Oh,
if we fail,
one
let's
thing
go
I
to
did
the place
forget,
where all
though.
those fucking gnomes are.
One of the things I didn't forget that you discovered in the Tome of Strahd is that Strahd realizes that there is a time difference between the material plane and his
Yeah,
realm.
you did tell me that.
And one of the things that he realized is to make this plane counterminus with the material plane, he has to bring those times in line with each other. And that is one of the reasons he's consuming the souls. So while it was set to like 10 years to 1 year,
Yeah.
he's trying to bring that ever closer. So you have there's no telling how long has actually passed in the 2 years since you guys have been to Barovia.
So if you go,
So walk up to you and just hugs you, like tight.
I know, Tristan. We go to our death.
Hopefully we get to see Tass.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, when we're through this
I'm a
last
separate
Strahd, I could use your help playing another one, so.
What?
We'll talk about it after.
No.
I'll
What?
walk up to you,
I guess he's walking away. What?
give you a very, very sweet smile, and then nut tap you.
I said, while all this is happening,
Oh, is this a
I
game?
tear up and I go and hug everyone. Allo, the cook, all of the servants, all of you guys.
My hug better be longer than theirs. I'm just saying. I am your sister.
I sit down and I write out a letter to Cade. I give it to Unload to send,
Yeah.
Nice.
Just tell him.
letting him know what's going on.
This is the other bottle of rum I stole from the dwarves. Drink it.
I'll give it to good home.
Taryn? Right in the neck.
That's what they
God
do!
damn it!
And then I go up to Taryn and give him 50 gold.
How can you actually do damage with dainty little sorcerer wrists?
Have you ever been nut tapped by anybody?
Or
My
anything.
2-year-old daughter nut tapped me
It
one
does-
time and I was done for a
does-
week.
It's a 50-50 chance for it to affect me.
Depends on what, like, you only got one, so they may
Yeah,
just hit empty sack.
depends if it hits
That's
the
what you
Gotcha.
thought it was
Gotcha.
testicular
the
distortion.
imposter or the real one is.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's rough stuff.
That should be.
As you all collect up, gather your gear, get your excess food.
So Taryn's getting 50 gold.
Okay. Get your excess food and walk out the door. As you open the door, you are taken aback by the person standing before you. He looks up at each of you and goes, "You didn't think you were going to leave without me, did you? At least without saying goodbye, you bastards. You guys actually going back, huh?"
Hey! Well, I guess I won't be needing this letter anymore.
And Cade, tears in his eyes, comes up and hugs each of you.
Oh, I pick him up.
Oh, yeah.
I pick him up.
He looks in. "I don't know you.
I don't know you either.
Take care of them for me." And he takes you by the hand.
I
Oh no, he's a crusher.
Pick him up.
Cade with his two.
I'll show the scar.
Oh yeah. They do the same thing to show the scar. That you all are part of his clan, except for you, Thraken. He says his goodbyes and tells you,
get
I wish
tattoos.
I could go with you all. I really do, but I can't leave my people like that.
In case something should happen to us. Yeah, people are needed more.
I means this with all of my heart, kid.
If you all fail,
Stay out of my vine.
stay away from halflings.
Yeah, that's his problem, not mine.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
You're just gonna. He'll say a couple of puns that I'm not going to even try to think of. As Joe, a previous player of ours, we miss Joe, we love you, rattles off a whole bunch of Kate puns as he normally is wont to do. Ask your permission to stay in his old room
Aye?
for a couple of days while he's in town, trying to set up trade through his tribe and Karnath itself. And he thought, what better place to start than KLAQ with Lady Morwen.
Your home is always here. As
We
well.
have your room. We have
Feel free to stop anytime.
Oh,
I
no.
know, yeah.
I peed on the bed. I was very drunk. It was an accident. I'm sorry.
He introduces himself to the staff. They make their way in. He's a lot more somber than what you would expect him to be, but circumstances as they are, he's saying goodbye to his friends who are probably going to die.
He's still on the rolls of the guild, so.
He is.
Right.
He is one of you.
So we go outside now?
I'll give him one last hug. So we'll say hi to
Should
Cass.
we inform Lady Morwen that
We'll say you guys have been keeping her apprised of when you're heading in.
Oh, I got this.
something might come through whatever we open?
Oh, I'm not. We can tell him.
Ah, fuck it. That's given the incentive that we might fail. Don't go with that
On
mindset.
load, there might be something that comes through when we open this. So
Well, you're
Just
not gonna-
give the-
you're not going to do it around
no,
me,
no,
right?
no. Just give the city guard a heads up.
Okay, that'd probably go over very well.
No,
well, have yourselves.
Later, Morwood.
Yeah, don't tell the guard.
Remember, I'm paid up for another month, so if you all die, I'll at least be here for another month.
How much do we owe you per month?
It's a stipend, my man. You can talk to Rutner. He's done. Or
We should
Thundergut,
probably
he's
renew
done.
that for a
Well,
while.
I've already paid you for the next 3 contracts?
Well, they don't literally let you do that. I mean, you put the money aside, but if you tell me what that money is, then I can do it for you.
Yeah. It's in his room. He usually hides it under his bed. There's like a box.
If we don't come back, take whatever you need from the vault.
Done it since I was a child.
Derek keeps his in his key strap.
Well, whatever money's there for as long as it is, then I'll be here. And Kate goes like, I'll try to help out with that. You know, make sure.
Remember now, this is very important.
They're on the lease.
Don't let him touch my
Poor
vine.
Kellis.
You got the key? Well, lock it up before you go.
I already
and okay then.
All right,
There's
Crack
a
Sparrow. We know we don't want nobody wants your
powerful
wine.
curse upon it.
They're really.
So what you're saying is anyone that would try to break in to get your wine would have to contend with the
That's his
powerful
new
curse
name,
that may
Crack
kill them?
Sparrow.
Disintegration, melting, all the awful
one of
shit you
pirate
get
camps.
with wizards do.
I've seen the collection. Might be worth it. You all have yourselves a fine trip, and if y'all don't make it back, I'm sorry to see you go.
Well, I'll be back. I don't know about the rest of these assholes. I have to get laid again.
I did promise father grandchildren.
Flynn has been in an uncharacteristically joyous mood.
I know why.
And he's been so much friendlier with all of you for some reason, and you haven't been able to figure out why.
Is he gonna blow us
I
up?
scratch my head and say,
Probably.
vagina. I'm sure he's got one.
How about you, a whorehouse?
He's
yeah.
wearing the tight pants.
No, he
Are you sure about that? Do you not see what's there? It's
We all
not. It's not
see what's
great,
there.
That's a huge
but it's
clip.
there.
Right, we go outside now.
Huge clit
There's a
underside.
speed
You
bump
all
on his lower
Head
area.
out, past KLAQ. Yes.
How does Hamish work between the planes?
Oh, that email.
Remember, he's in your own personal pocket dimension. So as long as you still have the emblem, which you always carry with you, you have access to
It's
him.
bound to your local.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
don't have to worry about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's on your local server, not, the World Wide Web.
Yeah, it's a pen, not a wand.
Tactical
Does
code
it seem like we
incoming.
can bring us with us through the door?
You can walk through the door if you wish to take anything with you. But you all have... You two have been to Barovia before, there are no horses in Barovia. There are no mounts in Barovia.
No.
They were eaten long ago.
Well, that doesn't mean that ours might be eaten.
It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole
Yeah.
fear, overriding fear in the place.
Oh, okay. So
You're not sure how well that would work.
Yeah, I don't recommend taking Hamish.
Something like Hamish is immune to fear. That's
I'm
different.
just saying.
What about
There's a lot of stuff that try to.
That may drive her into homicidal rage.
as long as you don't need us, you know?
Wow, you're close at hand.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember the pervasive fear of that place. It plays with your emotions. No, it can slowly drive you mad as well.
Right. So,
Everyone, say goodbye to La Saga.
Goodbye, Lasaga. Thank you for your help.
I will miss our conversations very much.
And may this put you at peace.
And I will try very hard to redeem him. And I am eternally sorry if we do not.
You just feel a warmth. As you all make your way out of the city, soberly, you can find yourself a spot away from it. There is no place isolated enough within Karnath itself that you could place this door that wouldn't place at least somewhere in danger. You know the ritual to reconnect the 3 pieces of the door. As you do so, you extend Lasaga's thread, the family hammer, now renamed for her presence. As you concentrate and allow her to extend her energy through you, you can feel what's left of her essence slowly ebb until there's nothing in the hammer but the faintest touch of her presence. Lasaga's thread becomes a +3 weapon, but you lose one of its main abilities. You are no longer able to call upon her wisdom. But that is her final parting to you. You all see as Tristan stands with tears streaming down her eyes, holding the hammer, an old woman bathed in white light, a smile on her face, something that you remember of being old and haggard and evil, so at peace as it steps forward and walks between the plane of the door, her essence peeling away from her body and becoming the portal, the opaque gray portal that stands now between you all and once again re-entering Barovia.
I guess we gotta go through a big old hag now.
Well, let's go meet Task and learn some songs.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I have one more village to burn. Too soon? Too soon. Dad, it's humor, I'm trying.
Well, at least Kate's not here to hear that.
I extend my
asshole.
sword,
Yeah, it's sensitive
and
ass.
I got my shield, and I go through first.
Pop 2 holy bullets in my rifle, click it in, and follow.
Adjust my junk, grab my staff, and walk through.
As you all make your way through this doorway,
I'll go last.
you all have done teleportation magic. You all have done planar travel. This feels like nothing like that. You simply walk through what you two recognize as that opaque, dead gray mist that pervades all around Barovia. Under the power of Strahd. As you step forward, walking for what feels like minutes before you stop, blinking, bleary-eyed, looking around you at the half-light of dusk. The clouds in the sky mask any of the stars, and there's only the faintest bit of light to the east on the horizon. Around you are dozens upon dozens of erect gravestones, statues of angels crying over graves, extending as far as the light allows you to see in each direction. And the two of you know that if this is indeed the cemetery of Barovia, the village of Barovia, it has been far increased in size from when you were here last. If that's the east, you know to the south is straight ahead, where you will find the church of Barovia.
Let's head to the church.
I'd like each of you to make me a perception check, please.
And I'm going to be using the primeval awareness.
Okay.
Because, you know, I think I'm dead.
How far does that extend?
Favorite terrain, enchanted forest. 6 miles.
Oh,
Where am I looking?
Do we have time for me to
surprisingly good for me.
talk
That's
to
it.
the
That takes like an
before
hour,
we go?
doesn't it?
It's like 5 minutes.
Oh, this is different from
10
the
minutes, I
other-
think.
10
I
minutes.
saw it.
10 minutes
You
makes
did
more
good.
sense.
Do you have disadvantage?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Because you have to expend a spell slot to use it, correct?
Actually,
Private
for,
awareness?
yes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what's the radius?
1 mile.
1 mile?
Mm-hmm.
It gets a lot better.
Or like, whatever his says,
Well,
because I
you're
can't
not
seem to find
currently
it.
standing in an enchanted forest. This
What are you
area
talking
would be more like grasslands, which is a mile, correct?
Mm.
Duration minute per spell level, radius 1 mile, 6 miles in favorite terrain.
Oh, okay. So I'm not in favor of training. So.
As you stop and concentrate, and you sink your hands into the earth and begin to commune with this area, you immediately feel something is very wrong. Your communication is weak, but you feel given enough time you can establish a connection. Though the connection feels different than when you were in Corvair. You've done this quite a few times since getting the power. Just trying to feel out what you're able to do.
Yeah.
And this is the only time this has felt like this. You just know that they're there. You don't get the exact location, the exact numbers, any of that. Oh yeah, there is undead within a mile of you.
And then my perception's a 13.
And there's, as you turn slowly in a circle, you realize there's undead within a mile of you in every direction.
16.
We're surrounded.
16, 13,
He got a 20.
that's a 20,
22.
22,
That's a 19 for me.
19,
Just checking perception. That's going to be a 24.
24. Okay, so you, as you suddenly break your connection, you hear what sounds like stone thudding into earth. And you immediately, somebody just knocked over a gravestone.
I mentally send that out to everyone.
And you hear the same thing.
Okay.
And as that happens, you all realize how oppressive this mist is. Anything beyond 60 feet of your vision may as well be invisible. And after a few moments, you can barely see what looks to be shadows forming, coming out of that mist. You see an 8-foot tall figure, strange, lupine-like rear legs, but standing like a man, wearing chainmail that looks like it's been pulled from various bits of armor. Takes 3 steps forward to where you can just make out the red dots in the middle of each of its eyes as it snarls, "We've been waiting for you!" And that's where we're going to take a break.
Yeah!
We're going to take a little bit longer than normal because we're going to get some food. We got some Grubhub coming, but keep watching. We'll be back here in a little while after we get some food in us to have ourselves, we'll see what happens, what's coming up.
I kill them all! Just like the halflings.
But we're dead.
You dressed up nicely.
I pretend you all are happy.
Oh my
I
God.
kill you all. Thank you for the bar.
Do you
Head on in.
Ready, steady, go. And now,
Thumbs up.
back to the land
Let's
of
close the
dead.
doors and let's get back to this thing. Let's start this fight. So, starting off, I would like each of you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Initiativa.
Can I say
Wow,
something?
I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
On your initiative.
Oh, before.
Oh, son of a bitch!
I was just gonna respond.
Every goddamn time.
Who's gonna do it?
Is
Sure,
it-
I'll let you respond.
I'm
That's the
quote
second
Well,
unquote.
we're here now.
Oh, he rolled a net 20.
We're fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think we'll do
God
fine.
damn
I
it,
don't-
we
I don't
are.
know. Fucking
No.
wow.
Wow.
Oh, what the
Okay.
hell?
Oh. Oh, really
God, I
bad.
This is
Are
good.
these all werewolves, or
No.
was it just like one or two
Oh
werewolves?
no, there's undead in
Are
there.
there owlbears?
Sadly, the two unpainted models that got lost in the shuffle of the rest of my painting are the werewolves. They were meant to have already been done, but they were on my table with a whole bunch of other things that had to be done too.
He's
The one next to the big brute and the one right there. Okay, so 20 to 25.
Natural 20, 27 if it matters.
20.
So Perry, followed by him, then you. 15 and 20.
She got 17, I got
So
16.
16.
17 and 16?
No, 16 and 15.
16 and 15? Alright.
Oh, you have a negative?
Yeah. -1.
Negative uno.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Thraka
I'll say
first,
mine.
right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. 10 to 15?
Nearly the lowest roll I could get. A fucking 10!
God damn, Kyle. Hold of
Alrighty.
me.
So,
No, I
Slip
can't
my
roll.
wrist and
let me
like
do
my
this.
You can't roll a 0. Fuck off, I rolled a 0 once,
Rock,
okay?
what'd you roll?
5.
He pulled a
You were
me.
too busy responding.
Yes.
you thought of that quip, and you're like, "Oh, I should be ready for the fight."
Probably be ready for this shit. Don't worry about the same.
Kyle,
So,
It was
by
on
the
a
tone of your
20.
voice, I heard My Chemical Romance start to
as
play.
soon as this
Right?
very
The angst.
large werewolf growls this greeting,
Welcome to the Black
these
Parade.
obviously undead creatures begin to very quickly, for most of them, rush toward you. Some are a bit on the slower side. As a matter of fact, the ones that look like this and that one and that one
The hunched ones?
are slow. The hunched ones look slow. The upright ones are all fast.
So the ones in the 3-point stance.
Yes, the ones in the 3-point stance are slow. That's why I try to do that. Make it nice and easy. They do have red, blue, yellow, or green stickers on them. So if you need to know, just give me a description and the color on them, so I can track them. There are a lot of enemies here.
Is that the one that was snarling at us?
No, the werewolf next to it was.
Oh, that one. Okay.
That thing, that other one looks like it's a bunch of zombies that have been stitched together into one bigger zombie.
And for when you said red pupils, I was thinking werewolf lord.
Yeah, these things are pretty big.
Oh, so that's a
Barry,
direct
what are you
Colossus
gonna
off of MTG.
Well, the one that spoke to us,
Yes.
Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And then, is this within 60 feet?
Yes.
Oops.
I'll move your characters around. I'll give you guys, just tell me how far you want to move. It's gonna be. We don't have a grid today, so.
Move me to there so that I don't hit the two of them with it. And then firing at over here. Conjure Barrage.
Okay, Conjure Barrage. For that spell. You already have it up on your phone?
I do.
-1 to hit for heavy weapon penalty.
Did I not take it or did I not put it in here?
That's like the shotgun, right?
More like an exploding shot, I think.
It's right here.
More appropriate.
Let's see here. Non-magical weapon or fire a piece of non-magical ammunition. Does wholly count as magical?
So a 60-foot cone, starting from you. So a 60-foot cone is going to hit these four here. I'll even include that one there. So you're going to be able to get those.
Dexterity saving throw.
For each of those. All right, so...
Okay, so this is one of us.
This is on a blunderbuss. That's a flamethrower, man.
What? Yeah, why done that?
Okay.
You think you do that,
Wow. Colors, he's green. Alright, so damage, please.
My DC, I think, is a 16.
Yes.
Okay. Damage is...
There's
And this
That's
is
11.
17
silver
on the dice.
bludgeoning damage. Or
Yeah.
silver piercing damage, sorry.
which means I need to add additional, I think, D6 to it. So that's a 5 plus...
17 on those 8 on the 8s.
Oh,
22
okay.
total.
Yeah, 22 total.
22 total? Okay.
I can't read.
And since that was a spell, that counts as my full action.
Yes, that is your full action.
Action surge, do it again, no balls.
So let me see. Hold on, let me get all this written out because I got a whole bunch of different enemies. I got 5 different enemy types and a whole bunch of stuff to keep track of. Alrighty.
And that consumes a piece of my ammunition. 8 feet? Yeah.
Check the feed.
Check the feed.
Yeah.
What's up?
Table's not visible, maybe.
It was visible enough, I suppose. It's kind of, this is a pretty wide battlefield, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we may be missing
I'd worry
this
more
much
about
stuff.
that.
That's just maybe the way it has to be.
I just hope we're getting audio. Just make sure everything's squared off.
What colors?
You know,
Red.
just looks a bit check
Alright.
myself.
Yeah, that is going to be. Alrighty. So
You need to-
Perry,
wait, you need to raise that one.
raise it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Give it a minute.
Okay. So I'm not going to wait.
And I already used my
Yeah, try not to.
So Perry, that is it for you, correct?
Hey, there's really not too much that I want to move.
Okay.
No, it's
These
perfect.
guys
actually.
are 40 feet away. This one is coming straight in at Thraka. And this one, since you just shot at him, is going to come in straight in at you. Okay, so Thraka, as this guy comes bounding forward, he jumps, swings at you with both of his claws, and then
Entropic
attempts
War
to
gives him disadvantage on the...
I'm sorry?
Entropic War, gonna pop that.
Okay,
Gives
for
him
your reaction?
disadvantage. Yep.
Okay. Alright, so that is going to be a 14.
Nope.
Okay, the second claw, that is an 18.
Nope.
And the bite. That is a 22.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't pop it.
Not on him. He's a little too far away. But Perry is close enough.
Okay.
Oh, that is a grand swing total of 13 piercing damage.
To me?
Yes.
I'm gonna fit.
Okay. Perry, same thing on you. The 2 claw attacks. That is a 15
That is a no.
and a 17.
That's the no also.
The bite, that is a 20.
That's a hit.
Go ahead and roll your d8. What's your AC?
18? 18, yeah.
So don't roll a 1.
Yep.
As this thing comes bounding, leaps at you, you jump out of the way as it tries to sink its claws into you. And right as it goes to wrap its jaws around your thigh, you see a shield come out and just smack it right in the head, knocking it away. It backs up and roars at you.
I wink at him.
Flynn, you're up.
You're like,
Thraka, you're on deck.
Greater invisibility, quickened.
Okay, let me pull out.
do we have the thing?
Shaboopy!
We still need to know where you are.
Alrighty. Can I line up the ugly limper with the 2 werewolves?
With what?
60-foot line.
You'd have trouble doing it. You can get both the werewolves in a line, but you wouldn't be able to get
I
anything
was about to
else.
say, if you get that gray one, I think that gray one's a headstone.
Yeah, the gray one's a headstone.
Fireball-ish in here. Where can I maximize it?
You think basically straight ahead.
You could probably get 5 targets if you shift it closer to the yellow one over there.
If you want to shoot over this way, you'd get more, or this way, you'd get more.
I just want to get as many hits as possible.
Then you want
Try
to
and
go this
put
way.
that werewolf
But this is where the biggest clump of enemies is.
No, he would still only get 5.
That's the one that I put my hunter's mark on, isn't
I
it?
think.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to.
Yeah, it'd be
assess.
hard. You could hit
Easy,
like
right?
these 4. You could hit
Well,
like
just
these
remember.
4. You get which 4 do you want to hit?
I kind of want to drop it in here to catch him and that dude.
Okay, so you catch him. He'd just be out of it. So it'd be those 3.
Can I pull it over to here to get those?
Get the
Sure.
Alright, do that.
Okay.
Do we have the thing for his
That's a
hunter's mark?
headstone.
I'm sorry?
For his hunter's mark?
Dude, wolf.
No, I'm talking about the one David pointed at.
Yeah.
I'll get it in a minute. Alrighty. So damage,
You
please.
should bring the green laser lantern without the splitter and
like
blind the cameras.
Right?
Blind everyone here.
41.
Alrighty.
There.
Okay, and then that one. It's already been hit. Has not been hit. What color is that one? Yellow.
Dumb question. +3 only gives me an extra plus on the to hit, right?
Hit and damage.
Hit and damage? Okay. So that is...
Yeah, if a +1 gives you +1 on hit and damage, then +2. Yes.
Alrighty. Thraka, you're up. Just when you're on deck.
30 feet straight up.
So, since I now have extra attack countdown time, I'm going to beat the shit out of this.
Here.
Okay.
This.
I spent a lot of time making these fucking things. Let's go ahead and do it. So what are you doing? Thraka?
Since my normal action, since I have extra attack now, I'm going to swing twice into Dum Dum over there.
Roll to hit.
Does my samurai thing give me advantage on both or just one?
It's just one. It's the next attack you do.
Okay, so I'll pop. No,
Okay, so
I will not.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit and a 21 hit, or no? That's 22.
Both hit.
Okay, sweet. And then damage. It's not a giant.
As you slash this creature, you see your blade impact its flesh, leaving a ragged wound across its chest that instantly closes. You swing back and try to hit it in the neck, taking out a gouge of its flesh that you see also instantly closes. It smiles at
Do
you.
I even roll damage?
Nope.
Okay.
Is that your silver weapon?
I don't have a silver weapon.
I told you all to get some.
Y'all never give me a silver weapon.
He was doing all those modifications.
He was doing.
Well,
He
enough
can't-
of that now.
He can't. David said that he couldn't do the thing, so I'm gonna action surge then.
Okay. That's your
Yeah.
bonus action. What are you doing?
So let me just pop that real quick. Action surge.
Squidlies.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Right where I dropped the boomer.
Where'd you drop it? Okay, then squidlies.
It's the Varge Black Tentacles, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the range?
It's a 20-foot square within like 120 feet.
Oh, that one.
Oh, within 90 feet.
90 feet.
Yep. Got you. Thank you.
But he has spell sniper, so it's...
Trisman.
Are any of them within the undead, I should say? Are
No,
any of them
no,
within
no.
30 feet?
Pretty much everything on this side. This guy and this guy's within 30 feet of you. And this guy's within 30 feet of you.
Maybe wait.
Oh, let him close in before he pops into him.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Then I'm going to help out with Thraka. So you move up. Yeah, that way if they come over. And I'm going to attack the sucker with the saga.
Roll a hit.
Remember, +3.
Add a +1 to your to
Yeah,
hit bonus.
so instead of a 12, it's a 13.
Damage too?
Yeah, it's a hit damage.
Gives virtually nothing to werewolves.
Natural 1. Okay.
It's magic.
Second attack.
Well, his axe is magic too.
No, but it literally doesn't do the damage.
That's
It doesn't do the damage they get immune to.
18 a hit.
18 is a hit. Damage, please.
They're immune to.
I'm not going to roll that thing.
No.
It does not like me now.
Well, no, these are David's werewolves.
So what was
Oh,
your
that's
4?
That's what
14
that strength
plus.
thing. Plus 9.
23 damage.
22 damage?
23.
23
Holy damage.
Holy silver damage.
Holy silver motherfucking damage.
This, when you see Tristan step up and hit this creature with her hammer straight in its chest, you see its flesh burn and sear, and it howls in pain from the silvery touch of the weapon.
You hit it almost as well as I can with my eyes.
It is now a whole bunch of my turn.
No.
Because I rolled a bunch of 8+s. Literally 4 8+s. Okay, so starting with these guys. Their speed is 30 feet. Alrighty. So this guy's going to move in. That guy, if you can hand me him, please. He's not going to make it all the way, but he's going to get up to about right here.
Definitely.
This
Now
one's
they're
going to
within
move
that.
in all the way. Yeah, this thing is they want to double team you.
Oh,
Just the way Tristan likes it. Okay.
What about the other yellows?
Pure innocent, damn it.
Oh, Poppy.
No. I got my guys ready. So it's
Well,
blue and yellow.
It's not one color.
It's not my color. It's not my color. It's not my color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not my model.
Yeah, that's what
Okay, it's model, and then the model has a color on it. So you can
Okay,
tell me, like if you're attacking these two guys, the ghoul with the arm, blue. The ghoul with the arm, yellow. You know?
Okay.
Dad.
Each model.
Or if you pointed it, I can differentiate it on my sheet.
Each model denotes a different kind of enemy.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so Triswin, these things are coming after you with their 4 attacks. And they're each attempting to get you with their claws, though they have axes at their hips. So the first 2 attacks, that is a 19
No.
and a 9.
No.
Dude.
Yeah, don't do that.
That is a 21
Yes.
and a 7.
No.
Alrighty, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Nick, maybe not use the rolling thing since they can't see into it.
Yeah.
Who?
No,
You. Don't use
People on
that.
camera.
I can see it.
Oh no, it's fine. You can use it. That's fine. That is
Con?
6 points of necrotic damage. And what's your con?
That's a 14.
14?
Plus 3.
Okay, so you took 7 or 6 necrotic damage. Your maximum hit points is also reduced by 6. Perry, the 2 attacks on you. That is a 19,
That's a hit.
and that is a 9.
That is not a hit.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
I've already used my warning maneuver.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh. Wait, don't we get a bonus from?
Nope.
No, he didn't give us a meal. But am I close enough to her? Not that it's gonna matter.
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. 5.
5. You take 6 points of necrotic damage, and you reduce your maximum hit points by 6. Now it is this guy's turn.
The fuck?
Do me a favor, Kyle.
Yo.
Move this guy and put him right next to here. Yep.
Did what?
Yep.
no joke.
Right about there. Okay. That's easy for him. So now, these guys.
The ghouls. They're nice.
Oh, man. Okay, this guy's going to move up. This one's going to attack you.
Isn't he lumbering?
These guys, their speed is still 30 feet. They're just slow.
Monkey.
This one's going to move up. This one's going to move up. And this one is going to move up, but it's not going to make it. So only one is going to make
since they
it
start-
into you.
What about those ones that attack Perry? Did they pass their saves? Against the hentai?
Yes. They took damage, but they passed their saves to be able to move.
Oh, so I have to roll the damage real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage. You, real quick. That is a 18.
Nope.
And, oh, they have 3 attacks, sorry. That is a 17.
Nope.
And that is a 26.
That's it.
With its claw, it rakes its claw right against your shoulder, dealing 10 points of slashing damage. Damage?
14?
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So then it is now finally these guys. Like, I literally rolled all of my people right one after the other. I hate that. This guy will make it. This guy will not.
So much.
No, I do, because it's just so much work. That guy will make it a parry.
So
You
what
have
did y'all
evasion, right,
do
Barry?
to piss
I have
off
what?
the entire
Evasion,
werewolf
right?
clan and ghoul clan?
I do not.
Okay, so
I'm the one that has a
No, but I figure you're going to do something, so I'm going to move anyway.
this is the attack on you. This is a single attack on you. This is trying to hit you with its claw. That is a 19.
That is a match.
That is a match. Okay, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
We should have had snacks,
Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna include
like
you.
rotten
Wow,
snacks.
that's all over 13.
Oh, I don't want to
Get
be
Gorman.
fucking.
That is a 13.
Uh-huh.
You are within the 10 feet from Trishman.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then that is a 16.
HP 12.
Yeah.
That is better than a 13.
You want that?
As the creature's claws dig into your flesh, you can feel every muscle in your body attempt to seize all at once, but you manage to fight off the effect. Parry.
What am I gonna do?
This is a single attack. This is a 16.
That's a miss.
Alrighty, and that is going to end there. My turn. So Arnos, followed by Rotmir. You're on deck.
Times. Now what do I do?
Fly.
Right?
No, if he flaps, he gets attacks of opportunity against him.
Yeah, 2 of them. No, 3.
That's a lot.
There's only 2 within melee
Oh,
range.
that's right, yeah. And I was like, knowing that one's.
I'm like, what if they grapple? Just like pull
You have
back down.
evasion,
I'll
right?
go ahead and use
There.
that. Wait, I'll go ahead and use my key point to withdraw from
Oh
it,
my
please.
god.
Okay, and where are you going?
I do not.
Oh.
I'm just gonna put that out
As
there.
you just let, you're like, I'll let David use these things he made.
Kind.
Well, I was going to move over behind the ghouls, but,
You know, you should have told him that before
Right here?
he put that thing
No,
down.
that's good.
That's good right there?
You could, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be shooting arrows at them regardless.
Okay,
I'm going to put some silver arrows into this werewolf.
roll to hit.
I want the ability to fly.
I've got the
flat
damn
now.
thing. Check my attack.
Whenever you go back to buy your owlbear,
Yeah, stop that.
you can go flap, okay?
They don't flap flat, they run run.
Well, you can pretend you're flapping on it.
That is a 21.
21 is a hit?
Beat, sweet.
Or
Say otherwise.
6.
Go, go, go.
It's like the biggest
Oh, you suck. That's 8. 12 points of damage.
All
Silvery piercing damage.
Yep. Next attack.
Not so much.
You don't go before me, do you?
Aha! That is significant. That's a 20.
That is a hit.
Sweet. 7 points of silvery
I
piercing
go
damage.
Alrighty.
I'm not gonna be able to.
I really hope I can retrieve those.
Arnos, any other actions?
Saying that way I can
That
do,
was a
turn.
No, that was everything.
Okay. Rotmir, you are up, followed by Perry.
Do you have
free, so I'll
measure?
drop the fireball first.
Yes, I do.
No, I can't do that. That's a bad attack.
That way they can make me get damage from running out and then running back in when they're done.
So you are suddenly
Mounted.
Okay, and
The same for you.
that's my action.
that is your action. You still have a bonus action and a move action.
No, that was Flynn earlier.
It is half your speed to mount him.
Nope,
Oh, no,
5.
5 feet. Oh yeah, that's right. You have the increase.
Awesome.
Mounted combatant.
Don't you deny his awesomeness with your ignorance.
You shot regular arrows at that wolf now?
They were made of balsa.
I think I burned.
What you doing,
my
Rotmir?
luck.
I'm going to go for the biggest guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for the biggest guy.
Yeah, already decided.
You're not leaving anybody's threat range, so you're good to go. Is that all you're doing? You have a bonus action.
I don't have anything. I yell at him.
Okay.
I could do that.
Perry, you're up, followed by me.
Alright. I'm going to shoot
At
at that guy.
the one in front of you.
Yeah, the one who's pissing me off.
You will have disadvantage.
No.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you took crossbow expert. That is
I did not. I
correct.
did, yes.
Which, though he uses a rifle, we're kind of reformatting that just a little bit to where he can use that feat for his fire.
Wow.
No. Does a 24
Yes.
hit. Alright.
You got it right in front of you, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
That is
8, 11, 17 on the dice.
17 plus 6, so that's 23 damage.
23 damage.
Silver piercing.
Silver and piercing.
Bonus action to reload.
You shoot him through the stomach. It falls to its knee. It spits out a gout of blood onto the ground. Slowly rises back up. It is looking very hurt.
Bonus action to reload. Shoot him again.
Roll a hit.
More, 14 plus. So
That is a hit. Damage.
8,
17
again. So 23 again.
23 again. And is that guy within 5 feet?
He is.
Horde breaker.
Roll a hit.
Proud of you.
Oh, let me take out one of these die because that's my.
Mark.
Whatever that was, 27.
27 is definitely a hit.
16 damage.
That is
You like those
red.
So that's 32. No, 22 damage.
22 damage?
Yeah.
As the werewolf stands up, it sees you pop your breech and pull out the rounds. It lunges at you as you do so. With lightning speed, you slip the 2 rounds into it, close it, place the barrel now into its open mouth, pivot 1 step to your left, and fire. The back of its head explodes in gore as the bullet rips through it and slams into this zombie.
There you killed him.
I'm gonna use
You
my,
killed him.
I'm going to use my movement to come over here.
You will provoke 2 attacks of opportunity.
With disadvantage.
Yep.
Ooh, escape the horde.
Mm-hmm. Or something.
Oh, you lucky sod. That was a natural 20 and a... That is both of those guys, so this will be real easy.
I was just going to say the kick laid you out. Just...
21?
That's a hit.
Okay, so that is with a claw. So that is a whopping 10 slashing damage. The second attack against you is a big whopping nope. Apparently you got blood all over its face and it just couldn't see for a second. It is now the surviving werewolf's turn. And the surviving werewolf... hey, Thraka, Triswin. Go ahead and take your free attacks of opportunity against it.
I could do Eldritch Blast, is that right?
You have Warcaster, correct?
You have to have
Warcaster feat. So look up feats.
Spell sniper, I believe.
I think he's got spell sniper.
That's a 20.
20 is going to be a hit.
Warcaster makes more sense.
Warcaster is nice. It gives you.
Nope.
No work. So no, it's got to be a physical attack. Whoa!
Got it. We're good.
Okay.
Can I try to grapple it
I
then?
was going to say, let's get that away from the camera.
Can I try to grapple it then?
Yes, you actually.
Yeah, you could.
26.
26 damage?
Yeah.
Silver bludgeoning.
That's not a
Bludgeoning
grapple.
holy.
That's a 1.
So, no, as you literally go to grab a hold of it, you grab a hold of its loincloth and it just keeps running.
Oh, so now it's running naked.
Yes.
You got dirty werewolf nuts on your hand.
And it is going to not get close enough to you for an attack of opportunity, but it is literally loping into the night, and it is going to use his bonus action to continue to move. So it is moving 40, 80, 120 feet, just off into the mist.
Is it invisible?
No. Well, once it gets in the mist, it's totally obscured.
Proceed to chase it and beat it with its own towel.
You can attempt that.
You
Flynn.
did my holy
So many targets, so many people.
Look at that.
Your best odds are hitting that group right there.
Alright. We're gonna fireball over here.
So we're going to attempt fireball here.
6 targets.
How high up are you?
I
30 feet?
never actually really specified.
So how high did you go up?
Once again, I didn't specify. But 30 feet's a fair estimate. I
Okay,
didn't
30
necessarily
feet.
need to get that high.
Ground burst won't hit him.
It will not.
Alright, we'll just cook his toes a little bit. Try and
Well,
catch
we all know
those
heat
6.
rises. I'll get
Okay.
a pretty fair cooking regardless.
My balls!
Unpleasant memories.
Your internally stashed balls.
Whoa, raises memories.
And is this your owner from the staff?
Mine.
Arnos has
Same
flashbacks.
shape, just different damage.
And turn into Courage the Cowardly Bird.
Wasn't that posted in the Discord chat or something, or like a Facebook comment or something about like burning birds or something like that?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Probably.
I put it in the Facebook chat.
Once in a
Or
while.
no, just Facebook.
How much damage?
33.
33?
Same saves. 18 either way.
Do you feel left out?
So it's lineman green, lineman blue,
An extra.
Oh, you looked at
Uh,
that, so it left
No.
out.
You roll 48 again.
arm
48.
She didn't want.
green.
That sword is
Or,
probably-
She turned me down.
what's the one with the arm?
At least I know you won't turn me down like her.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, well, this one you won't be able to hit unless you hit Tristan too.
No, I'll just turn
Tristan
it
and
around.
Rocco as well.
Maybe against
Nah.
the werewolf.
No, it's dangerous.
Just the 5.
Backlash here.
Y'all screwing up my clusters.
I'll live through it. I don't know if he will.
You want to get some hair singe?
Say no.
It's only a DC 18. That's
Are you moving or anything else?
Oh no.
I won't make that.
30 feet up.
I'm just letting you know now. I won't make that.
Rocco, you're up. Tristan, you're on deck.
You're up
It's him.
Oh.
Maybe.
2 targets, another targets.
You got tons of targets to choose from, and you are not currently engaged with anything.
So you have
So if you wish to spell somebody, you can.
You go pew 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 pew.
Pew pew lasers?
So, I think I know what I'm going to do.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to move up to this group right here.
Okay.
No, slightly away from Rotmere.
Okay.
So I won't be catching him. Like more towards like that zombie, that Zamboni right there.
This one?
No.
Yep. And then I'm gonna thunder step.
Okay.
Oh, well, thunderstep is different.
No, it's not a bad idea.
And then I'm gonna thunder step. Right about here.
Boom.
And then they will take.
3d10 thunder damage on a failed save.
It's 5d10 at my level. Because of 5th
yes, it
level.
is.
So they must make a Constitution save. So
5th
all
level
4
or
of them.
6th level?
It's 5th level.
Fifth level. I just have it at level 6. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
In the other case, can you just drop your cock on the ground?
I'm a draw.
No, that's
Thunder flat.
That's thunder wave.
I rolled a natural 16 and a natural 18.
Kyle is speaking.
And my
from
DC,
experience.
the 18 will pass. I know.
It's going to be a 19 and a 21.
19, 2, and 1, so they both pass. So they're going.
But they take half damage.
Yes.
So that would pass my DCs, man. Damn.
Yeah. Natural 16, natural 18.
It happens.
It happens.
It motherfucking happens.
How much was that?
Beat you with 14.
17 damage.
17 damage. So half of that is 8.
I got to finally use Thunder Step for in this campaign. Run up. Oh, you're coming towards me. How can I kick your ass if I don't get closer?
Look at that guy.
Jojo!
Alrighty. Okay. Triswin, you are up, followed by a whole lot of me.
Okay.
They really thought I was
we'll
running up
turn
to
and
him.
hit the one
Oh, he's gonna
directly
fight me.
in front of me.
Shazam!
That one.
Okay.
Ghoul number whatever.
Ghoul blue.
Is it blue?
Yep,
I
it is
got
blue.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
I pulled a Flynn. I was there and then I
That's a
was.
20.
20 is a hit.
I'm going to use Searing Smite.
Okay. I would like to point out now that you guys have been able to acclimate yourselves a little bit to what's going on. All of these creatures are armored. These are not just rose from the grave.
Somebody set a trap.
Level 2.
Well, if the thing knew where it was going to land.
I don't care. I just
It
fucking.
could have landed anywhere.
Except he's probably got enough soldiers to put him around all the likely nexuses.
Super Mario jumped over him.
Well, according to La Saga, there was only a single ingress into here.
Ah, well, yeah, never mind.
But, reroll that too.
21.
Okay, so it's fire and holy damage plus 9.
30.
So 30 holy damage to
With fire on
blue. Ghoul. 30, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay. Your first hit with your flaming hammer smashes into his chest, and the burning hatred orange light that that sits in his eye sockets noticeably dims as its left arm hangs uselessly at its side.
Okay, it needs to make a con save.
Or
It's on fire.
it is on fire.
He rolls
Oh, I should
grapple
shoot the
check.
other one.
I'm going to get the other one.
When
Okay,
he
so
rolls
the
grapple
second
check,
hit's gonna
grabs
go
her,
on
and now they're both
yellow.
on fire.
Okay.
So now the yellow.
Yellow.
Go ahead.
21.
21 is a hit.
$21 damage.
What's that noise?
21 plus 9.
No, with 9.
You hear that?
With 9. 21 damage. Holy and bludgeoning.
Alrighty.
Let me give
You
you that level.
smash into this one and it is now a whole lot of my turn. So, let's see. This guy has to make your saving throw. That is a natural 19.
He still takes 3d6.
Yep. And this one here is going to come into you, and then
Ooh.
these two are going to go there.
11.
11 damage to red guy. He is not looking so hot. And he is going to attack you with his hands twice.
He's slapping me?
He is clawing you with the skin on his nails has shriveled, extending his bony nails that are sticking out of his hands. They're covered in filth and grime. He rakes one across your chest for a 24.
Sounds like my ex-wife and it hits.
The second is a 17. You manage to get the handle of the axe in front of its hand and it push it away. But that first hit, I do need a Constitution saving throw from you, please. And that is wrong die. And, well, even worse. That is going to be 3 damage.
That is 7 on the con save.
7, and your maximum hit points is reduced by 3. So keep a note of that. Everybody make sure to keep a note of that. If you need me to help you out with that, let me know now. Because that's going to maybe happen a lot. There is a slot, so, slide it in the slot. You guys are really good at that.
I'm out of practice.
The two, that's going to be 4 attacks on you, Tristan. These guys are all coming at you with the attack that is much harder for them to hit with. Tristan, that is a 17.
No.
A 22.
Yes.
And the other 2 attacks, that is a 16.
No.
And a 11.
No.
Alright, so I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please. Wow. I just can't roll it tonight.
That's
Oh, yeah!
That is 3 slashing damage.
Just
And- Yep. I rolled minimum damage again. Then, Rotner. It's 2 attacks.
Did this thing just give me 8s?
That is
Yes.
an 11 and a 19.
Got parry now?
Okay. Now the Brute. The Brute is going to make its 4 attacks against you. That is a 21.
The brook? Bada book.
A 15.
Bada book.
A 25. And a natural 20.
Yard away.
Okay. So 2 hits.
It hit you with its a claw and a bite attack. So the claw, that is 14, 18 damage, so 15 damage. And the bite attack is a crit. So it is 16, 22, so 19 piercing damage.
The bite attack is
18
great.
37.
And that is going to end its turn. It is just attempting to just crush you. No, not against this. This guy just appears to be a big hulking zombie. And the slower zombies. This guy is simply going to move up here. He's still going to need his saving throw, so he is not moving. He is restrained. The yellow one,
Damage, Nick.
full damage. Oh, you rolled 11, so he takes that 11 damage. That is.
I can roll again if you want.
No, you got it. That one is not looking very good. And
Hentai.
this one here did pass his save, so he's going to take 7 damage.
Flag stand was around the camera.
Okay.
I bust a whole lot of new orifices with them tentacles.
the weirdest hentai, undead, and
Okay, so it's going to make
It's
its
probably on the top
3
of
attacks
Walmart.
against you. That is an 18
No.
and 2 27s.
Yeah.
That is going to be 2d6.
yeah, I kind of hope you're all the way over there.
Sorry, I had to Shazam away.
18 damage total for the 2 attacks. Then this guy's going to move up here, and this guy is going to attempt.
Shouldn't they
Actually-
both be near me?
That guy's going to go up there. So it's 3 attacks on you. 2 natural ones and a 19.
Nope.
Does it mean it fits itself?
If it had a bladder, it would. And the 3 attacks on you, Harry. That is a natural 1. That's 3 in a row. That is a 20.
That's a hit.
And a natural 20.
That's obviously a hit.
So that is the 2 claw attacks. So that is 10 plus, so 14 plus 9 is 23 damage total from the 2 attacks.
Oh, okay.
And now it's these guys. So now, yellow guy there, nope, he's not moving. Full damage from that is 11. He is also not looking very good. These guys are just going to swarm around you. And this one is just going to slowly shamble. It's not going to make it, but it's going to shamble there. Because they cannot make double moves. Triswing, you got 2 straight up attacks against you. One of them is definitely a miss unless a 9 hits. The other one is a 23.
That one will hit.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Does a 16 touch?
You take 6 points of slashing damage. As its claws sink into your flesh, you feel every muscle in your body try to seize all at once.
You said 16?
6.
6, okay.
But you managed to stave off the effect with your vigorous constitution. Finally to Arnos. Thundergut, you're on deck.
Okay.
Right? It's like...
I like how you assume it's 16 because we've been getting our asses kicked by
Yes.
shit on a regular basis. Not a bunch of tiny shit.
Want to go that one?
You go for him?
Parry
Okay.
a little bit.
Yellow.
And I also don't like him.
Okay.
So, Slayer's Prey.
The other one.
Woo! That
I just
is
heard a
a
monkey. You're like,
24.
That is a hit.
4, 10, 17, 21 points of damage.
The yellow?
The yellow.
As you shoot it in the stomach, the arrow goes straight through its body, leaving a sizable hole in it. It holds onto the wound and takes a step back and begins to look around, almost like it's looking for a way out. Looks like it is in very bad shape.
I'm gonna go ahead and move over to here.
Go up higher.
Or like a pigeon noise.
I'll go
Like,
up a little higher, I suppose. But, you know,
Okay.
But I am gonna try and land over here.
Oh, so you're going to land.
Well, no, I'm not landing. No.
Okay.
I'm remaining up high.
Okay, so you're remaining high there for right now.
I don't want to catch you too. If this target's too
Did
juicy
the
to
blue one
pass
take a
up.
d6 damage?
I'm shooting the same
The
one.
blue one that I have on fire, did it take a d6?
Yes, it did.
That's too bad I'm not a fighter. That's a natural 19. I'm calling that a hit and 6 points of damage.
That is going to be a hit and 6 points of damage. Oh, which one?
The yellow one, the same one I.
is he doing bird dropping?
Kind of.
Any other actions,
dropping.
Arms?
Huh?
You
Any
should
other
poop
actions?
on them.
That was every action.
Okay, Thundergut,
He
you're up.
can. He can
Followed by
follow them.
Perry.
Okay, I'm hitting this guy, but without advantage.
Why haven't you done that yet? Why have you just like shit on the enemy? Literally.
I don't think. I think
Please
that's against
don't,
the
they're
Geneva
near me.
Convention.
They're near
So
me.
that
We're in
is
Everon.
26.
26 is a hit.
Make sure you
Damage.
get thrown hold then.
So
For
11.
sure, avian humanoids pooping on others.
16,
19.
19 plus 6 is 25.
48
Okay.
damage out of the hand.
No,
No, that's the
the
Sun
Sun Sword.
Some sort.
This is what it's designed for.
Yeah. This is where
He
you
will
use that
rip
shit.
through literally every undead.
Yeah. Like
21.
butter.
21's a hit.
Hot magic,
Okay.
but
20 plus
14.
modifier.
18.
20 plus 1.
26.
You're just.
I gave it to him
also
because he has
we
all the
have
attacks.
sunlight. We have light in that area now. Like
Well, you have light.
So
That's 19 is definitely a hit. Damage.
He's like an armored Yoda.
24 with your modifier.
24.
24 is the modifier. Okay.
Bonus action surge.
Roll a hit.
Do it! Burn it down!
stop it.
14.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. 14 misses.
Perry.
Okay.
He's like an armored Yoda.
It is a shame.
This thing has bits of metal bolted to its body.
There we go.
That's it.
Oh, that's lame damage. Right?
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
16.
Do 16 damage.
Last attack.
I got 21.
21's a hit. Damage.
Okay,
I can't do another one now.
21.
Yeah, do you want to use it if it's plus 5?
21.
21?
Yeah.
You slice into this thing.
You
There's
just
a
did like 100
flurry of
damage
attacks.
in one turn.
Body parts are thrown off this thing. Its entire right arm falls to the ground and begins to move. You see these gore pouring out of its mouth and each of the wounds that you've carved into its body. It looks like it is barely holding on. Perry, we're over to you.
Alright. I'm going to take a shot at that one.
Go ahead.
This is.
Nope. He's got crossbow expert.
Yeah, but.
It negates the.
Really?
Yeah.
Negates the nearness.
20.
20 is a hit.
Dude, it's fun rock.
And you said
Like
the
11
blue,
on
this one right here, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
the
that
blue, that one. All right,
That
gotcha.
blue.
Huh? That's 11 on the die. Or, yeah, 11 on the dice.
11 on a die plus 6, so that's
17?
17.
17.
If it's plus 6 for you.
You're loving that stuff.
bonus action reload.
Okay.
Attack it again.
Roll it.
Oh, yeah, that's more than a
Oh, yeah.
7 last time.
Damage?
9 on the dice.
9 on the dice, so 15
Wow.
damage.
15 damage. Yeah. And.
Oh, fuck it then.
Warbreaker.
To the red one?
Yeah, to the red.
Okay.
Red.
Or break
Kick his ass. That's a 10 plus.
Warbreaker.
23.
23 is a hit. Damage.
10 on the dice.
16.
16 damage.
All right.
I'm going to run over here.
It will take its attack of opportunity with
You wanna-
disadvantage.
Maybe. There we go.
That is a 16.
That is a miss.
All righty.
Action surge.
Okay.
Bonus action to reload again.
You don't get an extra bonus. Actually, you can't action surge. You already used your bonus action.
You did.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah, bonus action
Reload.
Oh, I didn't see that in here. That's why I
Yes.
was. Okay.
Is it a bonus action, Paul?
Doesn't say so.
Action
No.
surge is a bonus.
Once per short
Okay.
rest, you can take one additional action on your turn.
Is it not a bonus action?
Well, I've been using it as a bonus action, but
I thought it was supposed to be.
I guess it's not.
Is it listed under your bonus actions?
I don't.
If you go to actions, you can see it.
You talk about action surge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it is.
So I think we've probably been doing it wrong then.
No, it's just other. It's just.
But,
it says
so,
other.
but you've already used your bonus action to reload once, so you couldn't reload again.
You're right.
So you are currently out of ammo without able to reload.
Probably save it.
You want
Probably
to save that?
Yeah, I'll save it.
Save.
So I'll just run over there.
His running.
Flynn, you are up, followed by Thraka. You're on deck.
Base keeps on running. Alright, so. You want me to do it or just start sniping at the little ones?
Do you want to just snipe at the little ones? I mean,
You'll probably take more damage from all their combined weight than you will from one shot from me.
yeah.
Fireball. Catch all 6.
With
Oh,
6.
fuck.
Drop it here so it catches those 3 and the 3 on Triswan.
And me.
Triswan.
Okay, you'd have to get this one here. You'd have to drop it right on Triswan, which would catch Thunder Gut as
I
well.
can't back it up a little bit.
No, that's too precise.
Alright. Can I catch 5 without catching Thundergut?
If he
You
maneuvers
could
it
catch
slightly that way.
this one here if you drop it right on this one's head. It's still real close to Thunder
If I
Gut.
put it over here, I can get these 5.
You could hit. You could drop it close enough to get these 5 at least.
Yeah.
Gird your loins.
Remember,
You know
stuff
what?
like that. Drop the fireball on my head. You can't really do that in combat. Just say no.
I'm Flynn.
Didn't
I would
tell
do
him
it.
to do it.
I'm putting it right in the middle for everything.
Okay, so Rotmir, Triswin, I need dexterity saving throws from both of you.
Ah, fuck, it's Dex.
Give me your arms away.
Nope.
Fly away.
I know, oh my god. And the singing.
Well, I
Okay,
shit
that's
the
at least
damage,
better.
so.
That's a 15.
That's a hard no.
There's a
24
great and
damage.
mighty flame.
Oh, fucking hell.
So I did not.
So 24
No.
damage.
Okay.
I have fire resistance.
So 12 damage.
Well,
See?
I was gonna try
That
that,
was a good
but
call.
You should probably
Can I-
take the cantrip that allows you to make
flavor,
people
can I yell
auto-pass.
something?
It's
Not
not
a cantrip, but a...
Yeah,
feat.
but on your turn.
Feet.
and at level 17, when I get another meta magic, that's the one I'm picking. I've been
I'm not
I've
taking
asked to retrain it 3 times, and every time it has been that is not a retrainable
It
feat.
is not a retrainable ability.
Nope,
Yeah,
nope,
I thought it
nope.
was.
No, it's not.
How much? What was the total damage?
24.
Oh. So I take 24?
At least it was a weaker fireball.
Oh, thank you.
He has mercy on you, for he's granted mighty Flynn.
Did you take the damage too?
He took 12 because he's fire resistant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's less flammable than
Don't
you.
sound so disappointed.
It's a sibling, we should share our pain.
I'm sorry, it's Flynn. I had an opportunity
you
to
were
hit 9
siblings.
enemies.
No.
You were siblings, but not twins. He should not suffer the same thing.
Oh no, he should.
And I'm going to heal you anyway, so.
So 24.
Flynn comes out in gold like a Xerxes off of 300. I'm a generous god.
You know,
It's like
I
he's-
could
it's
see,
just that he's,
I could
David
see
Bowie.
Flynn doing that.
Am I not a generous half-god?
I mean,
Shut up,
your
godchild.
character looks like David Bowie.
Yes.
Hey.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
David Bowie and Labyrinth.
Look, I don't rebrand your characters. You
No,
don't
he's
rebrand mine.
dressed up as a potentially
You bring your
metrosexual pirate.
Oh my god. He's
How
gonna
about you
sing that
horse?
you remind me of the babe.
Oh, yeah.
Babe. What did he say? You should say that.
Nah.
All
No,
right.
he's-
Finally got all that done.
He's dressed up as a pirate on the search for booty.
Is that your actions plan?
Yes, it's
Can I
bold.
bonus action take a drink of wine?
Sure, but you're having trouble finding exactly where it is on your body because you're invisible.
Fair enough.
Thraka.
He's just running his
Followed by
hands.
Tristman.
He's just running his hands down his body.
No.
Eldritch Blast.
On which ones?
They are at point blank
There's
range.
2.
We've established you don't have Warcaster.
You don't
Yep.
have
So
that
you will be
yet.
at disadvantage for this attack.
Just hit him with the axe.
Axe doesn't do anything to him.
They're not
These aren't
werewolves.
werewolves.
Oh.
The werewolf, one
They're
died,
only
but the
two
other one ran away.
werewolves. And they're gone.
Oh, well, fuck that.
I'm not gonna throw 18 pack lords at you guys. You guys won't survive that.
No,
On one of them, does 14 plus 9 hit?
Yes.
Actually, plus 10, so that's 24, and then 17.
Yes.
So that's going to be 2d10 plus 5, which would be a total of 10.
Which one are you attacking? The red one with the arm or the yellow one?
Red, I guess? The one I
Okay.
can see? That's a 6 plus 8.
14.
14
Plus your modifier twice.
So, 24.
Okay. That one is looking really bad as you stick your axe into its chest twice. It is barely moving. Are you going to move or take a bonus action?
I will pop second wind.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your d10 plus 5. Trisman, followed by a lot of me.
13.
A lot of you.
That means I'm coming up next.
After me, yes. You are after me.
I am after the DM.
And which one are you attacking?
She missed.
Oh, it's 15.
On which one? That's hugely important.
The fire guy or these other two?
Oh, I will go with the other red.
Okay, the other red, and you said a what?
15.
That is barely a miss.
Arnos is up in the sky just like,
I'm safe. Scraw.
Block.
So that's 20?
That is a hit.
whole party dies
On
and
the same
Arnos
one.
just like
Yes.
flapping around like, well, this went bad. And then Strahd goes out, give me your butt! No! Because Strahd can fly.
Plus modifier.
9, so.
Probably faster
17.
than you.
Probably.
Hold on, bludgeoning.
Has he been like
Yeah,
going
we can
Super
make
Saiyan this whole
three
time?
kill.
What?
Any other
Like
actions?
all the soul stuff,
No,
has he been going like
it's
Super
just
Saiyan
'cause I
this whole
can't
time?
do the, I have to concentrate.
Oh yeah, so you wouldn't get away. He'd just be like flat.
Okay. So a whole lot of me coming up.
Hey, D6
Alright.
on that sucker.
He has passed the saving throw. Go ahead and remove it from him, please.
No! Has he passed his saving?
Okay.
Every
So.
time I pass my throw.
Okay. Cool on. Okay, so it's going to once again attempt to attack you with its dirty, dirty claws. That is a 22
Yeah.
and a miss, unless a 9 hits.
No.
Okay, so that is. Go ahead and roll your Constitution saving throw.
9 plus.
17.
Okay. That is 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Necrotic damage, sorry. Necrotic damage.
Okay.
Okay, so that it's attacks against you. Thraka! That is a 14 and a natural 20.
Nat 20 obviously hits.
Go to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
You're not near me, so you don't get to use
Um,
That's good,
19?
yeah.
Actually, +1 because of the cloak, so 20.
18 points of necrotic damage.
Damn.
Next up is
That one, right?
Rotmir. Two attacks on you. That one is definitely a miss. The other one is a 19 plus 4, 23.
Matches.
I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
How do you look, Rotmir?
Like a dwarf.
I'm on a ram.
He looks.
Wielding a hammer.
Wielding the sun sword.
Sun sword, yeah.
Okay, so that is a 20.
That is 8 points of necrotic damage.
8 points.
Alrighty, so now the zombie brute is gonna get its last attacks because it's not gonna make it another round with the Rotmir going hog wall on shit. So Rotmir, that is gonna be a 15, 11, a 28, and a natural 20.
Hits.
So that is 1 bite and 1 claw attack.
Sounds like
So
that's
the
wise.
bite is 12 points of piercing damage, so 9 points of piercing damage, and the claw is 20 plus 13 is 33, so 30 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
You started.
And that is its last turn, most likely.
Does it look like
Unless
you
you
can
roll a whiff a whole hell of a lot.
I was hoping to finish it with a fireball.
Rain Knight zombies. They are the
Those nasty fuckers.
these gray ghouls.
So,
So
that
this
one-
gray ghoul is going to go ahead and join its friend over here. Then it's
got
going to
one
do
on
the 3
here.
attacks from there. Okay, so the 3 attacks on Trishwin. Nope. Not unless a 14, 15, and 16 hit.
No.
They would have hit me.
You can hit
Thraka. That is a 10, a 16, and a 25.
25, yes.
That is 2.
By 5.
This one sinks its teeth into your shoulder, and a couple of its fangs manage to get through. That is 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And you, Thundergut. That is a 22, a 11, and a 14. You're not even trying to block this as it just jumps into you. It's trying to rip at your armor and fight at you, and it's just finding nothing but metal plate after metal plate after metal plate. Now it's these guys' turn. Nope, these guys don't have it. This guy's gonna go up and flank Triswin. This guy's gonna go up and attack you.
And flank him.
8 targets in one spot.
No.
No, mountain combatant.
So this is one singular attack against you. That is a 22.
Oh.
Triswin with advantage. Don't think it helped it. That is a 19.
No.
Alrighty, so that finally ends my turn. Arnos! Followed by Thundergut.
Really, my turn? I'm shooting the one that was flaming, the blue one here.
Okay.
Blue.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that one is not looking too hot.
Slayer's Mark.
Slayer's Mark doesn't like it.
I don't like it very much. I don't like it at all.
He doesn't care for it.
That is a miss. Because I don't think a 13 hits.
13 does not hit.
I think so.
It's naked.
No, these actually aren't.
They've got armor.
All of them have armor.
That one should be a hit, 15 plus.
That is definitely hit damage.
Oh. 10, 13, 17 points of piercing.
Well, that one werewolf was naked.
Oh, that werewolves are naked. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Well, the one I ripped the
Most of them,
off
they don't
of.
care about being hit at all.
I'm immune to damage, you know.
Arnos, any other actions for
I'm
you?
gonna
Is your
give it to
bonus?
you.
You still have a move.
No, thank you.
See that?
I'm gonna wrap around your head and sleep.
Oh, flap over there. I'm not landing.
Wait, what?
What was the werewolf?
You can land if you want.
Okay, Thundergut, followed by Barry.
I'm just covering the flanks.
Okay, big guy.
Go ahead.
Fire.
No!
Ball!
6,
That is a hit. Damage.
10, 17, 26.
No, he is not going to. Yay! Rushing!
No, that's not Particle and Super Saiyan. That's Sunbeam.
Okay, this guy.
Hold on, it's gonna get
Now that you're like at its height level, right in
Sunbeam's
Hamish,
commanding,
Hamish
huh?
instinctively drops its head as you just swing horizontally, taking the creature's head with it. Falls to the ground and its body just slumps after it.
Okay.
The wiggling arms that look like they're moving towards you suddenly stop.
Okay.
How close was I to getting with the fireball?
No.
No.
No, he did a ton of damage.
He still had 40
He's
hits.
going after the
That one.
brown one.
Green.
Is that green brown guy?
Green brown.
Yeah, I can't do 40.
Is
Well,
that the gold arm or something?
And he's got like the hump going on there.
Okay, it's a smaller base
Oh,
than
you
him.
were
So
Yep, so
Not
you
very
have damage.
dexterous
I'm sorry, which
otherwise.
one are you doing?
Oh god.
The
Very
arm with the blue?
It's green.
Oh, green.
Green.
Arm with green. Got it.
Looking strong enough.
Why did we let you read the book? Your
21?
intelligence is 10.
That is a hit. Damage.
Because I.
not the best.
13 on the dice.
19 total. You're at +6, right?
Yeah, plus it's.
And you're like,
so
intelligence
that one
10
is not
like
looking
using
so
words
hot.
Like yeet.
Okay,
Yeah.
my
No,
third attack. Against the same
She just
target.
Roll to hit.
Oh.
26.
26 is a hit. It doesn't matter. Your minimum damage will kill it.
Okay, bonus
Roger!
action, second wind.
Roll your d10 plus 15.
That's what you've been doing. You've been treating action surge as the second one.
Yes. No, I've been treating action shows like his second win. Second win's a bonus action.
25.
Oh, wow.
So 25. Yeah. Parry.
Tinkle.
I am going to bonus action reload.
Shoot the hell out of things.
Shoot.
Shoot. Ooh, you can get like.
That one.
Okay. So blue on that one. All right. Well, it's not looking so hot. None of them are looking very hot at this point.
Oh, 7 plus?
20.
20's a hit.
That is
12 on the dice.
Mm-hmm.
so 18 damage. Board breaker.
The one next to it.
Yeah. 19.
19 is a hit.
20 something.
Yes. You have a +6.
That's 10.
16 damage.
16 damage.
16 damage on
Green on next to it.
green. Okay. Now that one's still okay.
My last action, reload.
Okay.
Action surge.
Okay.
Shoot it again. 19.
19's a hit. Damage.
And 13. 19 damage.
You blow that one in half. Its upper body is still moving. It is literally one hit point.
The one behind it,
Uh-huh.
that is, by Tristan.
The yellow?
The yellow?
Yes.
Okay.
My final shot at it. Sniper shot.
Roll a hit.
Oh, fuck! Big bala.
17.
17 is a hit.
10 on the dice.
10 on the, yeah, that is 10. 20. Plus 10, 20.
26 again.
26?
Take him on the field. Slowly but surely, we will whittle this
Flynn.
damn arm.
And then I'm not going to move.
Sacred Flame on the Hunchback.
5 years
So
later.
it gets a.
No, that's a
Yes,
hit
we're
roll.
No, it gets a. Sacred Flame is a
It's a
saving
hit
throw.
roll. Firebolt
Oh, you mean
is,
Firebolt.
Firebolt is the saving throw.
You gotta switch.
You got him backwards.
You
Yeah.
gotta-
Firebolt is the hit.
Firebolt is the throw.
Yeah.
is
Sacred Flame is a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I had that one on. I had that one on my bar.
Firebolt. Okay, then roll a hit.
23.
23 is a hit. Damage. That is the green one, right?
Oh, that's sad. That's
That
only
one has-
21 damage.
That one has
That's
not
only
taken.
21
That one
damage.
has not taken much damage.
I know, right?
I mean, I hit it with 2
Only
fireballs.
21.
Anything else? Thraka, you're up. Tristan, you're on deck.
Yeah, thanks.
Let me guess, green one has been making his saving throws
Yeah,
from
he
the
passed.
fireballs he got.
He's the only one really passing.
I should have done
I'm okay. I'm okay.
So I'm gonna
No saving throw for you.
pop my samurai thing.
Okay, bonus action.
So I'm gonna get 5 extra. I'm gonna get like 5 each. I'll do
5
that in-
temporary hit points.
Yeah, I'll get 5 HP. But then I'm gonna give advantage on
The
one
next
attack
attack.
against the weakened one. And I'm
Okay.
gonna swing and attack at the other one
Okay.
without advantage. But the advantage
So the
one,
the one with the red ghoul,
I think an 18 plus 10 at 28
That is a hit.
hits.
minimum damage doesn't matter.
Next one. 14.
14. Hold on, let me check him. That's a miss.
Oh well.
Any other actions, Straka?
Bottom out at 15.
I'm gonna hit first at him.
Okay,
Well,
Tristan.
16.
Alright.
Followed by Bless Me.
A lot less you. I feel so much closer to the beginning now.
So yeah, that was
6+ to hit.
Do
That's a.
they are armored, but any signs of individuality or intelligence?
For some of these, yeah, but they all do seem to be fighting to the death.
Okay.
Zealously to the death. The ones that weren't are already pretty much off the board.
19.
Yep, that's a hit. Damage.
14+.
9.
So 23 damage.
Alright. You gonna keep going?
Yep, I'm gonna hit it.
Go ahead.
And remember, holy.
Holy.
Holy
Crit?
Nat 20.
So 12 plus the dice.
24 plus 9 is 33 damage.
I think something is
Right,
getting
right.
obliterated.
No, he only had 33 hit points left.
Obliterated?
I went Gallagher on it.
Gallagher on with gray matter.
That ends it for Trisway.
Can I move?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to move up behind the green.
So he's prone to the ground.
Yep, and it is literally trying to attack Hamish, which you can have it attack you instead. So this thing is going to attack you again and try to attack you with its claws. Finally, I might get a hit on this. That is a 23.
Match.
I need you to go roll a Constitution saving throw.
+3!
So that is 23 plus
That
3
is-
is 26.
That is 4 necrotic damage. That
Cause your
is.
sister's
I only got
in
one of the
that
guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and do him real quick because he's gone. They're still there. They're gone. Okay. This guy's going to make 3 attacks against you. 14, 16, and a natural 20.
Nat 20 again, the hits. The others do not.
Fireballs.
So 10,
And a greater invisibility.
13 slashing damage. Arnos.
I guess I'll put shots into that guy.
Which guy?
The one's
I
on the
mean,
ground.
technically
Okay,
for
go
a
ahead.
warlock, I'm doing
If
pretty
he's still,
well.
is he still prone?
Yeah, he
levels
counts
of
as prone.
warlock,
I'm counting him as
actually.
prone.
Okay. Don't they have disadvantage?
I just
to
don't-
that?
If you're shooting at a prone target, you have disadvantage.
Unless you're...
I'll fly directly above him so it looks like he's standing.
Why didn't you close
Screw you!
Sorry, no.
Then I'll land next to him and punch him.
shoot the one
Sure.
on the front.
Fuck you!
Shoot the one on Draka.
But it's closer! And
Draka's right there!
I'm gonna get advantage! Shut up!
I'm finally gonna get to hit something.
I'm finally gonna get the swing with advantage. Screw you! 16 plus.
It has 1 hit point.
And now I'll put an arrow into the one.
Thank you!
Roll the hit.
So he lands, curb stomps half a zombie.
And then takes a shot. That's pretty badass, actually.
And he goes, motherfucker.
Nope, his in-character voice.
Is,
Well, his
hit?
in-character voice
that
does.
is 12. Curb stomp! Die! There you
No, you got
That
to
was-
top
that
one,
was-
motherfucker.
I was like, Curbstone, die!
That was almost like
Surprise, motherfucker! Hard eyes, motherfucker!
Supplies.
After the din of combat, the explosions, you hear nothing but the faint sound of music coming from your south.
Is that where the church is?
Yeah, the church is in South.
I'm gonna trot over to Flynn.
We need
It
to.
appears to be a stringed instrument that you can barely hear through that mist. You two, remember this. That clawing feeling at your skin, like it's trying to invade your body and your mind. It's so thick, it feels like you're almost walking through a waterfall. The dampness sticks to all of your clothes and gets everywhere. Even with cold resistance, you can still feel the cold, but you're not negatively affected. You still feel
I
that
don't
bone chilling
have
cold.
cold resistance. I just have protection.
Yeah, and you have the cold leather.
Yeah.
So even with your protection from the cold weather, you can still feel how cold it is, though you're not negatively affected by it. The rest of you are freezing, even with your winter clothing. You are freezing.
I'm retrieving all the arrows I can.
Go ahead and roll me a straight investigation check.
I offer Twistflin the loincloth of werewolf.
No.
19.
I
You hit
I hit
5 times.
I
want to roll persuasion
every
check.
single shot except for 1 or 2.
And you fired 6 times. No, 5 times.
1, 2, 3, 4. I fired at least, except for the last 2 targets, which one was a stomp and the other one was dead in 1 shot. All of them took 2 shots at least.
So
I fired like
and there were 4
almost a dozen
rounds.
arrows.
So you fired 7, so you're able to retrieve 5. The other 2 broke upon impact.
I try not to dismount and just do this.
Alright, roll.
Well, he's still
persuasion.
invisible currently.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm yelling at Flint.
Yes.
It's my personal
Hey, David.
suggestion.
I'm rolling to persuade her
You
to take
skinny
the one
bastard.
block. Since you don't want, I'm going to roll to persuade it.
No.
What?
Persuasion rolls do not work against PCs. I don't
Make
care.
That'd be 24.
Hey,
When someone knows
I
you,
would have said that.
no. When someone knows you, it's very simple.
Hey, Daddy.
No.
Oh my god!
No matter how persuasive you think you are, when someone knows your bullshit, you can't convince them otherwise.
13 hit points.
13 hit points?
No.
I
Yes.
tossed it at her.
Say, Daddy.
Yes. The 2 arrows that got away with silver.
Okay, so you got 18 silver arrows.
It's my personal
For
suggestion
some reason it came out dead. That's weird.
that we
I'm
make
still
it.
yelling.
Yeah, I just touched you on the back and then floated back up.
Yes, Perry.
It's my personal suggestion that we make a beeline to the church.
I agree.
Do we rest
Did
first
we
or
ever
do we
kill
go?
his son?
We're west at the church.
Alright,
Did we ever
go.
kill his son? Oh yeah, we did.
Something like that.
I think we did.
Beeline to the church. I'll keep invisibility up.
Okay.
I'm yelling, "You bastard! Show yourself!"
Like, this is a good, near sprint,
Right.
the way I'm going.
Okay. So suddenly,
There could be more.
Perry disappears in the mist.
I go to the church.
Well,
After
Oh no,
turning
make sure
him-
to follow me.
I'm still yelling at Flynn to show his damn
No,
self.
and I'll turn to him and go, shh, there could be more.
I look at you and I
No.
say, Flynn, you better show yourself!
I'm already 90 feet that way.
I'm flapping after this guy.
It's already my
Come on, let's go.
We're going. I'm just leaving. If you're gonna stay there screaming, I'm leaving.
No, I'm
I'm
moving.
gonna put it in
Seamus,
Strahd's mouth after we kill
following
him.
everybody, but I'm yelling
He's
at
still
Flynn.
yelling for Flynn.
Can you make him shut up?
I used to be able
You can't
to.
make him shut up.
Don't worry, I appear in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Start booking it.
I cast silence upon.
It's an area effect spell.
All of us.
Oh, you can attach it to a mobile.
You know, it's probably best with Tristwan's
They
track
changed
I'm
record.
thinking of Shadow.
Yeah.
Silence.
They
It's
changed
a thing that doesn't work on mental
because it was
stuff.
just too good like that.
Mentally, Tristan, you should take
Because
the
when you
one block.
cast on a rock and then you
Hey, Tristan, you should
attach
just
it,
link
drop
on
it in a wizard's pocket. And
Well, the thing about it before was people would make the mistake of trying to put it on
Everything's
the
silent
wizard.
except for my
And
voice.
they get a saving throw against that. But they don't get a saving throw against it in the pocket.
This is not the time. Be quiet. You can be cranky later.
Still
This
yelling.
is not the time.
Save your breath, we got to hurry.
I'm faster than you guys.
There are more undead everywhere.
Actually, I
It
might be
would
faster
be
than you.
better for us
No,
if
Hamish.
we were slightly quieter.
Even if I was bonus action dashing.
You can probably
I
keep
will
up with
move
it. Because Hamish speed is what? 50?
40.
40? So that's
I'm
80
faster
feet
than
around.
him.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you're a
fine.
monk. That's different.
Suck
Yeah.
it.
Oh god, you're never too ready.
No, I'm not.
That's the most retarded run ever.
Of all time.
Alright, so, what are you guys doing?
Get to the.
We're making a beeline to.
When the church is in range, they'll sneak up to it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm your guy.
The church, as you two have been here before, you have felt when the fog itself, when the mist is oppressive, when the will of Strahd is to thwart your attempts, to stymie whatever you're attempting to do. This is worse than you remember it being. This is sticking so close to you, your effective visual range is less than 60 feet. So by the time you see this church, it is looming in front of you.
So, kill them.
And you can very, very faintly see pinpoints of light in the windows.
Scope out the windows.
You gonna get close enough? Gonna roll a stealth check.
Any
Well,
blackbirds
these-
that make the mistake of making Kong noises within reach are dying.
Okay.
How long does it
No
take us to
reason.
get?
Yeah, I know.
About 5 minutes.
Okay, so
Ravens don't come.
I will actually put on the feathers
No, but they do talk.
that we had from before.
Okay. It's beat up from your adventures.
I will
but
still put it on.
It's
Ravens,
usually
Ravens,
on me.
Yeah.
Ravens will talk.
No, I took it off when we were in the.
23.
My friend in
23?
New York had one trained.
You slowly make your way towards this building. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please, to see what you find.
Booze, damn it.
God
It would talk
damn,
like this.
dude.
It'd be like,
Right?
"Oh."
11.
You helped the new mayor of Barovia complete a ritual that protected the soul of his father as far as they knew. So that way his father can pass in the afterlife. You know that, no, that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
It was for naught. You defended this church when he attempted that ritual and you guys were attacked by undead. You defended that. So that way he could pass on in peace. And Ismark thanked you all for that, assisting in that ritual. When he did this, the church, while kind of decrepit and worse for wear, did not look as it does now. Half of the roof appears to be completely caved in. The flickering firelight from inside is not candlelight. It appears as if the northwestern side of the building is still on fire.
Wait for everyone to come in and then rush in.
Okay. You all can see him gesturing.
We'll fly in through the caved-in part of the roof.
Okay.
I was gonna get an eagle eye view from the bell tower, but I don't think it's there. Simeon had one. Is it there?
As you all get the sound of this stringed instrument, as you guys have gotten closer, it's become clearer and clearer. It is noticeably a violin. As you approach the top of this building, you go where?
Well, I was gonna go to the bell tower.
The bell tower is that's part of the Camden Park.
Yeah, I'll just follow Flynn.
Okay, so you two go up there. The rest of you go in through the back door where you all know that is. As you enter the back door, you fly up. The inside of the building has less mist than the outside of it.
I'll try to remain hidden.
Roll a stealth check.
Aha. Nat 20.
Oh.
So total on that?
No. Here we go. Check that.
I'll be entering the back door first.
So it's a 31.
31?
My stealth check, yeah. Oh, got 33.
33. Let me change that. All right.
I can bait my patron.
As you get up onto the building, you flap your wings up. I take it you're still using your wings.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
you burst through the back of the building.
First.
This building here, you know that the pew where he makes his where he does his oratory speeches and tries to lift the spirits of Barovia, the village. You know, behind that is where the back door is. And it's kind of hidden somewhat. They draw a curtain across it so that way it doesn't draw the eye. Bursting through that, the pew itself has been destroyed in its splinters of wood. The curtain has been ripped down. The benches have been almost blown against the sides of the wall as if an explosion happened in the center of the room.
From the floor?
Yes, across the interior of this church, you can see the front doors. One is completely gone. The other one hangs on a single hitch and just slowly waves back and forth. You can see the burning embers of a fire that hasn't completely consumed. Almost like the mist is preventing the fire from spreading as quickly as it should. You can still see those embers burn. And the light of those embers, you see a black-haired human in chainmail armor sitting on what looks to be a strange 3-footed stool. And he is playing a violin, slowly. And as you take a step in, a floorboard creaks. He stops playing, opens his eyes, looks across there at Triswin and Perry. And Jareth says, welcome back. That's where we're going to end today. Now, those of you who have not played in the campaign the whole time do not understand what happened.
I'm happy. I don't want to know.
Well, for the people, this is a player character that turned against the party in the campaign itself. This is a cleric of the grave, a very powerful cleric of the grave.
It's good that I saved my big nasty spells.
That Perry thought for sure he had killed.
Yeah, I really did think we did.
Well,
thank you all very, very much for joining us. We appreciate y'all coming down. Once again, please, if you enjoy what you see, go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, follow us on Facebook, follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all the Twitters. Follow us on all of those. We're Dice and Dudes on pretty much everything. On Instagram, we're Dice and Dudes, correct?
Yeah.
Dice End.
Okay, we're Dice and Dudes. Again, thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be back next week to have the showdown between you all and the very much hated Jareth.
Yes.
I don't know this, man.
You all have yourselves a great night. Remember to love each other, and remember, keep rolling them dice. Good night.
Night.
I'll look at inverts, too.